You should do those again if you don't still
Yeah,
do them.
we will. We will. Last night we did some MMD dancing. That was a PC only world though. Let's see. Okay, so YouTube is up. That is up.
Dang, I arrived before the live
Yeah.
even started.
Well, I was gonna like start the live in the that hot spring world that's kind of like in the behind the bar. There's a door that goes to like this hot springs. But then I thought, nah.
Right there? Is this?
Yeah, if you go behind the bar and click on the door handle, you'll go to like hot springs back there. It's kind of neat. Oh. Yeah.
Over here. I'm gonna go check that out.
Also, I was here before you, so why was he even
Here. I'll put settings.
You spawned in, I was just standing in the corner.
Paste.
Oh my goodness, I love my VR hates me.
Progressive! Guess what?
What's
What
that?
good news! Guess who followed me the other day? Well, not the other day, but like a few weeks ago.
Midnight. Yep.
Yes! And I get to freaking go
Oh,
in his
nice,
live.
nice.
When
You have to
I
meet.
will not go in his live, but I get to meet him.
You have to meet. You have to talk to him and meet him first. So don't get that.
I know, I
Know
know,
him first. But technically, you can't go in his lives yet.
I know, I know, I know.
I'm going
But I
to
will
have to
get to
leave
meet
for
him.
like a tiny little bit because I gotta let my VR charge.
Oh, okay.
Because it's at 4%.
Oh, well,
I
we'll
will be back.
Man, don't I love being in
we'll
progressive
be here for a
lives.
while, so
I will be back in less than.
we'll be here for a while.
Cause I will be back in
Yeah,
less than half an hour.
I think I've been in the progressive gang long enough to be like a full part of the progressive
Yep,
gang.
yeah.
I think
Yep, you are.
maybe. Yay! I am now a progressive.
And I've been here all the times you've been here. Actually, I've been in well, you
Yep.
know him before, but like ever since.
We've known each other since like.
I was in his live
Gotta-
the other day, but I didn't say
Oh.
a word for some reason.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I was just standing next to you, and I think it was the last live you did. I don't think you did a live after that live until just.
Have you seen
like
Xander
now.
a lot? He's been live.
Yeah, there was a few people that were live earlier today that I missed.
Xander.
I know for a fact that Frankie was live.
Frankie's always live.
I was
He's
in
like
his
almost always live.
You're right.
I'm not sure when he sleeps.
Guys, I will be back.
You're a funny guy, progressive.
I will be back. I'm going to spawn at the most random
Okay,
time.
okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
Back.
We're probably gonna be having the most random
We'll
conversations.
see you
just
later.
Walker. I'm gonna freaking scream. Oh, I can't.
Oh, I know what I'm missing.
Also,
I'm missing
amp wave.
Tickfinity. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Oh. I knew I didn't start something. Here we go. Get it going.
Wait, what's going
Well,
on?
I wasn't getting the TikTok notifications because I didn't start Tickfinity. Now it should be. Now it's going. Now it's going.
I'm gonna go join the live on TikTok, so I can just listen to myself be
There we go.
listen
Oh,
to
somebody
us
said their Twitch
being
broke. Oh no.
viewers.
There we go. There's Ace. Let's see Ace.
Their app broke because apparently I heard something about Tic Tac getting mad about saying the names of Purple App and like Red App.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually try to say Purple App and Red
So,
App because so thank you for the I think that's a Rosa there, Ace.
Dang it! I was gonna gift you something, but my cousin was last. I gifted my cousin
Okay.
because I had coins
Oh, you have
for a bit. I was gonna gift you something,
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to.
Old Man Jenkins says
but
yeah.
next time.
There it goes. There's the text-to-speech. That's what I wanted to hear.
You need to fix the text-to-speech so it doesn't read out emojis because that kind of
Telling the
that
truth
kinda,
says
like,
Taco
it's
Bean
like,
lovers.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
Telling the truth says 2.
Telling the truth says Mexico.
Yeah.
Telling the truth says send.
So I have
Telling
the
the truth
Weapons.
says
I
that.
wonder if the weapons are pick up upable.
so I
Telling the
Yeah.
truth says Taco Bean
got the
lovers.
world
Telling
Sound
the
effects
truth
are
says
done.
too.
so you'll hear some rain rainfall sound effects, which is cool.
I hear that and some really tavernish music.
Well, hey,
Telling the truth says Mexico.
we are Ria X Razor. Welcome. Is is YouTube over there
really
quota on
smart
text to speech again? Let me see. I'm not seeing any message about it.
Oh, Rear X Razor
Old Man
on Red
Jenkins
App.
says, please
That's,
stop spazzing chat.
That's me and
Rear X
River
Razor
Sparks,
underscore VR says hee hee.
shared account on YouTube.
Yeah.
We just
Telling
be
the truth says that Old Man
people
Jenkins, man.
that pretend to be
Telling
other
the
people
truth says
'cause we are
Virchat is for
weird
kids.
like that. We're weird people.
Telling
okay?
the truth says for shot is for kids.
You can put it as D&D, I guess.
Okay,
something
well,
like
we'll
D&D, like stuff like that.
Telling the truth says Virchat is for kids.
Telling the truth says didn't ask. Telling the truth says don't care.
Oh, if I can find out what the world is called, but
Telling the
you know-
truth
oh,
says
we should
didn't
do-
ask.
We should do a D&D
Telling the
live.
truth says don't care.
That'd be fun.
RiaXRays_VR says
I
I
have
was the
some
one that
pretty fun
had to go because
VR
my
chat
VR
worlds
is low.
that have D&D
Oh,
in
yeah,
them.
you-
Telling
okay,
the truth
Rex
says
Razor.
Virchat is for kids.
Y_K9 soon with right arrow above FWA says
Hello, Chronic. Hello, Chronic.
Rogue Angel says Virchat is for everyone.
Yeah, it is.
For some reason, I deleted YouTube.
I muted telling the truth like for 5 minutes. If they can't behave,
RealXRazor_VR says BRB.
if they can't behave in 5 minutes, they will get blocked. Let's see, where's Plague at? Yeah, I might just do that.
Rogue Angel says, give me my brother, I got you.
Okay, boom, there you go.
Old Man Jenkins says Plague is sleeping.
Plague is sleeping, okay. If you want to be a mod 2, Ace, just let me know. Oh, Cass is a mod 2. Cass just joined. Okay, so, yeah, I muted telling the truth because they're kind of
Cass
spanning
says I'm
random
still
stuff.
awake-ish.
Okay. And, yeah, if he comes back 5
Rogue
minutes...
Angel says we got your back, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Swans_Andov says OMG hi.
Hello, Swans.
Maroon_F103 says my headset died loudly crying face.
Old Man Jenkins says sure, might as well help out when Plague is out.
Okay, there you go.
Cass says that Rogue Angel hi.
I have a mod chat and Discord server. I guess let me know if you want to be on it and it's BS with all the other mods. Just so you know, Supermax is on it though, so I didn't know
Maron
if you...
_F1R3 says IDK what's going on but I like helping.
Sure. Yeah, so... Well, Xander's playing wallpaper, whatever that is. Is that a game?
Rogue Angel
Wallpaper?
says me and Max are all good as of recent, but...
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool then. Yeah. All right.
Old Man Jenkins says, did you hear about Mr. Beast making offers to buy out TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Guitar
you
Drum
know,
Goober _guitar _guy microphone says I switch over to Taiki Talk.
he's not gonna. There's no way he's gonna buy TikTok. I mean, he's just.
Wheelie Husky says hello, progressive, my
Hi,
friend.
Wheelie. I suspect the guy's just. I really don't know Beastie Boy or whatever he is. But I'm sure he's just a windbag full of hot air. I wouldn't put anything into that myself. But yeah, there's like
Cass says hi Wheelie, I'm in chat.
yeah, so there's and actually that's all small potatoes, according given the news I've heard today. We are such.
Old Man Jenkins says he's got the cash to back him up, but who knows truly?
Yeah, I don't.
Guitar Drum Goober _guitar_guy microphone says I wanna
So-
help with something but I wanna help
So-
loudly crying face.
So I'll tell you what: if another billionaire, if it's another single billionaire who owns another social media app, it's just gonna be.
Did you hear Mr. Beasts has a show?
It's gonna be. Everything's gonna go to hell. It's just it'll just be another Facebook then. I'm tired of billionaires owning everything. It's just a bunch of
Cass
BS.
says it's crazy.
It's BS, man. I wouldn't even talk about it. I mean, it's just so outlandish and ridiculous. And if it ever came true, it would destroy TikTok. How's it going, Rogue? Have a seat.
Not having
Or
a good
not.
day.
Oh,
Old Man
sorry.
Jenkins says it will be a Facebook at Amazon.
Yep.
Wheelie Husky says, to be honest, I don't care for Mr. Beast and his fake mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, I know.
Cass says watch TikTok will turn into Facebook.
Yeah, it will then. All those conspiracy theories that I don't buy into, if a billionaire buys it, then it's going to go that way. Well, that's not the biggest news. So
Cass says we'll find out.
a lot of people have probably already heard, that with the Red Note being so successful, and Americans and Chinese, having such a good rapport, and the Chinese being horrified about
Chris
how
O'Haas says when the spinning wheel coming?
not yet, Chris. When the Chinese are kind of like horrified when they found out how we really live over here, most everybody. You know what China did? It's like, well, what we got is going pretty great. They're gonna take down the wall. They're gonna take down that wall, Gorbachev. They're gonna take down the firewall. And they're starting
Wheelie
with
Husky says so much so that I blocked Mr. Beast because I was sick and tired of seeing or hearing his voice.
Yeah, I understand. Understandable. So China might actually take down their firewall because because the Chinese are, they're a pretty sophisticated bunch over there. It's just China's less like, okay, well they see how much better they have it economically than we do, so they're just gonna take down that firewall. That is kind of historic if they follow through with that. That is historic. That is bigger news than Mr. Beast and his flapping jaws. I'm telling you, that's what people should be talking about. Ugh. Okay. Anything you want to share about your day, Rogue, or just want to chill?
I'm tired of like helping people out and then getting fucked over in the end.
That's happened to me a couple times, so yeah, I hear ya.
Well, I've had a bunch of people promise me. Promise me that they're gonna help me get my car on the road like fully because I still have to do a state inspection.
Chris Oha says, "Do you think I'm a good person?"
And everybody that said that they were gonna fucking
Cass
help
says I
me
got
has
hurt
just said
at the
fuck
ball
you.
practice. I'm
I've helped
okay.
them out so much they won't even fucking help me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Chris, I think you're a good person. Let's see. You got hurt at baseball.
Old Man Jenkins says
no.
I'm talking about how the Toyota Celica is coming back within the next 5 years.
Oh, the Toyota Celica is coming back? Oh, interesting.
Chris Ohas says cause kids younger than me fear me loudly crying face.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what's going on
I
with
do
my
have
car.
some young fans, and they are cool. The young fans that I have been cool. Hey, Xander. Well,
don't look at me in that tone of voice.
The other thing,
Cass
Rogue.
says basketball.
I'm not 100% either. I got laid off a couple days ago, so I'm kind of like unemployed right now. So, yeah.
What the fuck happened? Why did they
laid
lay you
off
off?
a bunch of people. They laid Amazon laid off a bunch of people.
Chris
Microsoft laid
Oha
off
says,
a bunch
"I'm
of
just a
people.
nice guy who looks like a bad guy, loudly crying face."
And,
Cass says, Xander, can I have a hug?
Cass wants a hug from you, Xander. Go hug the camera. So
I don't think Xander can hug. I think he's on desktop mode.
Oh, okay. Well, Xander sends you a virtual hug, Cass. Xander, I think, is still recovering from food poisoning. Apparently the school.
Chris Ohas says
He told me he
CYA
wasn't
Geek.
feeling good.
I think the school he goes to is trying to like. I mean, who needs an enemy when you have school lunches, right? You just.
Yeah, this is why I don't trust them.
Cass says thank you folded hands light skin tone.
Oh, who followed me?
I don't particularly like.
I got followed. Sorry.
So what's your plan right now there, Progressive, with everything going on with you?
Well, I'll be okay.
Cass says I hate school lunch.
You got a lot of savings.
So I'm over 60 and I have a 401k, so I can pull from the 401k if I need to.
But you got a lot of savings on the side, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm good for a good while.
That's good. At least you were doing the smart thing and you were saving.
Well, a lot of people just can't save just because they don't have enough income to save, right? I mean, if you're having to spend all your money on essentials, I mean, how can you ever save, really? So I don't blame the people who don't have savings, really. It's if they don't make enough to save.
Yeah, like me, like with me, I can't save because literally, like, I have rent to pay, I have the car note to pay, I have the car insurance to pay, I have electricity to pay, my phone bill to pay.
Xander, get your...
And I only
That's
get
a
like
perfect picture.
$1,000, and I only get like $1,000 a month to live
Yeah,
off.
I understand.
That was a perfect picture.
What my current point of view is right now is I'm probably going to end up selling all my 3D printers, my computer, everything that I own just to be able to get out of this state.
Yeah.
I sent it to you on Discord, and I'll send it to you as well on Rogue. The perfect picture I got of Progressive for the millisecond he frowned.
Okay.
But that's where I'm standing right now, because I could sell my computer, like, if I include everything with my computer, I can sell it for like $4.5, $5 grand.
Alright, I sent it to you, Rogue.
Alright. Because I need to get this car on the road. I need to get out of the state.
Where are you planning on going?
Moving back
says
down
my back
near
just
my
cracked
dad.
and then pop that hurt. Old man
Why not come
Jenkins
to his
says I
house?
gotta hit the hay so I can work on my car
Because
in
fuck
the
the
morning.
cold, that's why.
Okay.
True.
Okay,
I'm going
Ace,
back
say
down to
hi to Ace,
Alabama.
guys. Ace is in the chat.
Hi, Ace.
That was my old man Jenkins.
I'm sorry, I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping very
yeah,
well.
good
so.
night, Ace. Ace is gonna work at his
Someone's
car.
in Moody Pants tonight.
Old man Jenkins says good night, you.
Good night. Yeah, I gotta work do some more work on my car. So I think I need to put new wheel bearings in the back because when I turn, it makes brake noises, like the wheels shifting a little bit. It's like
That might be the only way to check your wheel bearings. I would recommend you lift the car up on the side you want to check and see if there's any play in the tire.
Yeah.
If you can grab the tire
I'm
and
sure
move
there
it.
Cass says I have to get up early tomorrow morning, Mayher.
But usually when your brakes are like that, usually your rotors, when your brakes are squealing, it's usually your rotors.
Well,
or your brake
I've done
pads, or
okay.
both. So I would recommend.
So this is the situation, right? I've already done the brakes on this car a couple times, and one of the things I've had happen, which has probably shortened the life of the bearings, is that for some reason on this car, and I put new calipers on it too, for some reason on this car, at some point in time, the calipers will kind of lock, at least on one side, and it'll drag the brakes. And of course, it makes the wheel
says, I guess I'll try
really
to go to bed
hot.
if you're all set.
Okay, Cass. Have a good night.
Okay,
And-
so your ABS might be fried.
And so, and I'll go and I'll fix it up, and it'll be good for a long while.
Hugs, guys.
Good night, Cass. But after a while, it'll start doing it again after the brakes wear. After a while, I don't know, or maybe if the wheel's not staying centered, it's causing some odd wear. I don't know.
So the only thing I can think of is with it locking up like that, it would be probably your ABS, your anti-lock brake system.
It's not
Or
like
your
it's
A-
engaged. It's like the so these cylinders have that crazy parking brake thing, like the kind that twists the cylinder.
Okay, so you have a hub lock.
Yeah, so I think what's happening is like one side of the brake starts not disengaging, and it's not because of the hydraulics. I think it's because of that stupid
So what kind of car do
it's
you
a
have?
Spark, Chevy Spark. It's the 2014.
That doesn't have
EV.
wheel locks. Xander, please get the camera out of my face. So that doesn't have wheel hub locks. So the parking brake might be slightly engaged. You could check your e-brake. See if you pull your e-brake and then put it back down and then drive it a little bit. And there's my fucking hand. Drive it a little bit. See if that. See if that
I've
e-brake
done that
disengages.
too. Oh,
Okay, so.
but I think I'm definitely gonna have to.
You've already put fresh calipers
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Did you put fresh calipers on the last time you put rotors and
Yeah,
brake pads
yeah.
in? Did you make sure to push the piston
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
I
way
have
in?
a special. I had to have a special tool to do that because it has to turn while it pushes in.
Yeah, you got the piston. You got the piston press.
Yeah, I've got those tools. Those weren't cheap either.
Okay, so if you put. No, it's if you don't buy the right one, it kind of messes your brakes up. I'm trying to think, because what could be causing the wear of the brakes could. Yeah, I think it's wheel bearings. It might be your rear wheel bearings, because it's a rear wheel drive, isn't it?
It's electric. So the electric motors are in the front wheels. So
okay, so it's a
front wheel drive, and electric motors are right in the wheel. So
Deku says hi.
hello.
Ooh, look at Progressive with the fancy dancy electric car.
Oh yeah, well it's
Hey, I got a 2011 Kia Soul, and I
it's
love
a
that car.
2014. So I mean, it's not. It's fancier than the Leaf of the time, for sure. But I mean, the Chevy Bolt replaced the Spark EV.
At this rate that I'm going, I'm literally like half tempted to just go rent a U-Haul, hook the Kia Soul up to the back of the U-Haul,
Yeah.
and just drive until I'm at the New
Well,
York
New York
State
is
line.
kind of an expensive place to live, right?
Yeah, well, it's not even that. So, like, all the mechanics around here, just for me to take the car to the mechanic, it's $100 minimum an hour.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't have $4,000 to send my car in for them to diagnose what's going
says
on
bye.
Bye, Gecko.
and fix it.
Can people stop coming and leaving,
I don't
please?
know. People like to come in and say bye. I don't know why. It's just, I just say, okay, bye, you know. I don't really want me to say, no, don't
I'm
go.
still watching because we've lost.
You know, I don't know if they want me doing that shit or what, you know.
So, we've lost Ace, we've lost Cass, they both went to bed, so I'm still on the stream watching, so just in case some stupid shit happens.
I'm on the red platform.
Okay, that's good. Okay, yeah, Chris had to leave.
Out in Arizona, just south of Tucson, here lies.
Are you still there, Wheelie? Are you still hanging in there with me?
Here lies Westmore, 4 slugs from a 44. Bless you.
Wow.
Bless you.
Damn it, Xander, I'm allergic to your bullshit.
Here lies Westmore, 4 slugs from a 44. No less, no more. Out in Arizona, just south of Tucson. My brain's not working, so I gotta remove the rest.
Your brain hasn't ever worked.
Oh, wow.
I have a sinus infection plus food poisoning, so it's not working.
Hey, Xander,
especially
it's
today.
after midnight for you. You're not going to have trouble with burnt pancakes, are you?
No, I don't. My pancakes are not on the phone, so I'm good. They're not a cooking.
Oh, okay.
Not a cooking, so I'm good.
Wheelie Husky says, I'm still here on the red play button app.
They're not a cooking.
Okay, Wheelie.
So at least. What the
fuck you mean by burnt
Alexander Graves
pancakes?
says hi and bye.
Code word for
The parent or the parental
okay.
unit.
Ah, Flash! Jesus. I'm blind.
Why? What happened?
You flashed and blinded
sometimes
me.
that happens. I get, you know, a little static electricity and boom, you know. Yeah, I can show you.
Yeah, you flashed and blinded me. No, don't show me. I'm already blind as it is. Stop it.
Oh, there we go.
No, it was a lot worse than that. It was just a sudden, quick flash, like you were struck by
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
lightning.
Sometimes. So, so what happens when I teleport or I appear in a room?
Excuse me.
Some electricity will flash around my feet when I appear, which I think is pretty cool.
Here lies less more, 4 slugs from a 44. No less, no more.
But I'm trying to figure this out because I need to get out of the state. I need to go home.
Yeah. Well, what brought you to New York? You don't mind my asking in the first place.
I was homeless in Pensacola, Florida. And I needed a place to go, and I moved up here with my mother, and then about 3 or 4 years ago, my mom passed away.
Okay.
They live by a 6-gun, by a 6-gun they
So I've been here all on my own for
it's been a
the last 4.5 years.
Oh, I
Since the town was a boom, the jailhouse is empty, so's the place alone. Just one look will tell
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, I can understand that. You know.
A secluded old dirt road leads
You know, it's, you know, I live
Ryak and Discovia says I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. So, yeah, I'm thousands of miles away from my dad, who lives in Michigan. But yeah, my mom passed. But the thing that I don't care for is my extended family.
Well, so like this is the thing though, is like up here, so my mom passed away.
Mine did too.
So up here I have my grandmother, my grandfather, my aunt, and my biological sister.
Yeah.
But as soon as my mother passed away, they just disconnected from me. Don't talk to me, nothing.
Okay, well, yeah.
Furcat 2003 aka Dayfam12
So
says,
the
hey,
only
waving
person
hand.
I have left
hey, Furcat,
is my father, and he's in Alabama.
Okay.
So where I'm standing right now is I need to get money together so I can leave this state.
And you're like renting right now, right?
Furcat 2003 aka Dayfam12 says I'll be on soon.
Okay, Furcat.
Like, I need to figure out my car issue. Because I can't get the car inspected. I'm half tempted when I get my title to send it to my father and say, hey, register this car in Alabama for me.
Yeah, I mean...
Because then it doesn't need a New York state registration.
It was so weird because... I mean, you know, this is freaking West Coast, right? This is freaking Washington State. And it was like, it was about, it was a few years ago. I mean, you had to like bring in and do the emissions testing every freaking year, unless it was a brand new car, and you didn't have to. You got like several years, a few years reprieve in there, but they just got rid of it, and now nobody has to do inspections anymore. It just like boom, and it was gone. It was like, well, that's kind of crazy.
I wish they would do that here in New York, because then I don't need a freaking inspection.
I don't. It was weird because, and there was this car that I just couldn't get to pass. It was an older car. I'd bring it in, and it failed. I go and I fix some stuff. Go in, it was still failing, and then they got rid of the inspections. Like, well, okay, I guess I just need a plate on it. I don't have to worry about passing anymore. It was kind of crazy that they did that.
The only thing about New York is like you have to do the safety and emissions up till the car is 25 years old.
Then
25
it's
years old
considered
or older.
It's considered an antique, yeah, or a.
Then it doesn't need the inspection.
Interesting.
Like it still needs the safety inspection, like standard. So like it needs the standard safety inspection, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
they
need
don't-
it
they
doesn't
don't
need
do
to pass
safety
emissions
inspections
somewhere.
over here. But I know they did them in Texas.
Yeah, we do safety and emissions here.
And
Texas got
did
rid
they?
of it too.
Okay, they used to do the safety, but it was kind of bogus because if your car wasn't safe, you could find a place to go to get it to pass, quote unquote, without having to fix anything. You know, so it was kind of a farce.
I'm half tempted to reach out to somebody up in Rochester because I know a shop up in Rochester that'll just slapstick me, but it'll cost me like triple the normal inspection cost.
because they're taking a risk. Yeah. Oh, I remember Rochester. You guys are ready for impromptu story time?
Oh boy, my first story time where I'm
Yeah.
actually in it.
Okay, I was living in Minnesota at the time, and I was working as a contractor to IBM. I was working at some company called AIC, and yeah, we had to do a on-site, one of IBM's customers. These were like super minis, they call them, System 336, 38s, and AS400s. So there was a customer out in like Baltimore, I think it was. And so I flew over to Baltimore, and while at the customer, and I one of the things we got was a system dump, and so I had a case, a big rectangular case full of 12-inch. Were they 12? No, they were 7-inch. 7-inch floppy disks. That was a system dump from this bank that we visited, right? Because their system crashed, got a system dump. It's going to take it back to Minnesota and analyze it. Well, I got sick. And I got this really nasty cold. My head was all plugged up, and my ears were all blocked out. But I didn't want to get back on the plane. It's like, oh, what can I do to not get on the plane? Well, so I exchanged my ticket to a Greyhound bus, right? And so of course I carried the box of floppies with me, but I also checked in a bag that had all my clothes and stuff in it. And well, where did I live in Minnesota? I live where IBM is, Rochester, Minnesota. Guess where my bag was delivered to?
Rochester, New York.
They saw the Rochester and the tag, and they said, "Oh, okay, that goes here." when I get to the Minnesota, it's like, "Where's my bag?" And I called them up, and they finally tracked it down. Oh yeah, what is still in Rochester, New York? And so they had to like send it on through, because they just looked at the city, they didn't look at the state, right? There's more than one freaking Rochester in the country. Yeah,
Isn't there like Rochester,
oh,
Illinois?
there's
too?
a Rochester in
Or am
just
I
about
thinking-
every state. I think there's one in Michigan.
Ah.
But as far as I know, only Michigan has a city named Climax. The more you know. Oh man.
Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Yeah, that was quite a trip. And of course, if you take a Greyhound bus that far, you're pretty ripe when you're done with that trip, because you're on buses.
I know it was like 3 days from Pensacola, Florida to Rochester, New York.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head off before something happens, because I have a feeling.
You can start smelling those pancakes.
As well. Yeah, I could start smelling those pancakes.
You don't want to be
cooked.
overdone. Yep. Okay. All right.
The Geek got
I don't want them to be burned. So.
Shock.
Yep. Oh, okay. Thanks for following.
Oh.
Oh, man.
All right, time to ban somebody.
What's going on?
I hate mid girls. The taco.
Oh yeah, that's what that truth teller was saying. Yeah, just ban them. If they're doing the same thing that that other person did. Okay, it looks like Furcat got him.
No, I got him.
Okay, he might be double blocked.
There you go.
Yeah, it's triple blocked.
Because I just did it again.
That'll teach him. That'll learn him. Come into my live and start pulling that.
My point of view on it is, it's like, okay, so I know you don't like to talk politics.
Well, I don't mind talking politics. Usually people around me don't want to talk politics.
Okay, so this is my point of view on it. And I'm not trying to seem mean or racist or anything. Like birthright citizenship. What Trump's trying to cancel out. It is to be understandable if the child is a child of a U.S. citizen and an undocumented immigrant. That would mean they can have dual citizenship. But an undocumented immigrant coming over the border, having a child on U.S. soil, that should not make the child a U.S. citizen.
Well, it's in the Constitution. Now, I know there's a bunch of BS out there where they're trying to mince meaning over that word jurisdiction in the Constitution, but it's been for many, many decades, maybe more than a century. Oh yeah, no, more than a century. If you're born here, you're a citizen, and that's according to the Constitution. Now, if
the 14th Amendment wasn't brought into play until 1935.
Yeah, but if they're gonna, a
14th Amendment is what gives U.S. citizenship to people born on U.S.
already
soil.
a bunch of attorney generals are suing Trump over this executive order because it's not constitutional. Now, if he wants to change the Constitution and get an amendment done, that's a different story.
Yeah, like, there's steps to go through this, yes. But they got a lot of these people need to understand is there's some things that I'm going to say that progressive isn't going to agree with. I absolutely understand that. But this is the point of view, from my point of view. If you and the father of the child are coming across the border and the child is born on U.S. soil, you should not be legally allowed to keep living in the U.S. That's my point of view on it.
All right.
Now, if the father of the child is a U.S. citizen, then the child can stay with the father in the U.S., but
Foxo_escape
give
says
the
hello.
option of citizenship to the mother. That's my point of view on it. Give the option of citizenship to the mother of the child. If the father or the so-and-so, whatever, is a U.S. citizen, one half of the party needs to be at least a U.S. citizen, period. That will save us a lot of trouble in the end.
I don't think it'll save us anything. But I'll tell you what it's doing. So that's just one of the things that Trump did. The other thing that Trump did is there's a bill going through that's just was introduced in the House.
Foxo_escape says, is it okay if I joined?
Sure, you can join. That these undocumented immigrants, they want to make that a felony, and they want to make the felony punishable by life in prison with no paroles, no way to get out. You have to die in prison. That's what they want to do. And what our prison is right now, it's a slave labor camp. I mean, that's what it is. It's cheap. It's been that way. It's getting cheap labor. California's been using it for a long time for firefighters, using prison firefighters to fight all the fires that pop up down there. That way they don't have to pay real firefighters to do the job. Real trained firefighters. And it's that way everywhere. Now, so there's that going on. Plus, the bill would make people bounty hunters, because the bounty hunters will get thousands of dollars rewards for turning in somebody that they think is undocumented. So there's going to be that chaos going on. And just freaking today, now they were talking on TikTok about ICE going in and trying to raid in elementary schools in Chicago. Well, they didn't just do Chicago. Here in Washington State and Monroe, I heard that ICE tried to go into an elementary school there in my home state, or my home state, but the state where I live. And that's just freaking ridiculous. What are they gonna do? Go to third grader and say, "Show me your papers"? What the hell are they doing? It doesn't make any sense. And now I don't know exactly what happened in Monroe here, but in Chicago, the schools just didn't let ICE in, and they had every legal right to keep ICE out, and ICE did not successfully get into school.
Yeah, and that's my point of view. Is a school is a safety zone, period. Schools, hospitals, courthouses are all safety zones. ICE isn't even allowed into a courthouse if there is a quote-unquote undocumented immigrant in there on trial.
Yeah.
ICE isn't even allowed in there because they're getting given their due process by our Constitution. That is my point of view on it. Now, my point of view as well is this is my point of view, is if the undocumented hasn't done any violent crimes, felonies, anything to harm our citizens, I don't give a fuck.
Well, see, that's that's also the problem. Yeah, they're trying, they come up here, they pay taxes, they don't get any of the benefits from paying taxes, they don't get to collect on Medicare and that kind of stuff, but they pay into Medicare and they pay into, okay, so that's a fact.
Just for the hope with it after their 10 years with a green card that they can become a U.S. citizen.
They might not have a green card even, but even the undocumented workers are paying in the tax system. But anyway, the whole fact, my
point of view is if they've harmed people.
See, where's the evidence? Where's the freaking evidence? See, that's the thing. They're mouthing off about all this stuff.
Sheriff Grady Judd from he's one of the sheriffs in my home state where I grew up. He arrested 2 undocumented immigrants one was for manslaughter.
Okay. So there's one.
Reported him to ICE to have him deported, and his brother.
Okay, so there's 2.
They were
that is so rare.
So what happened
You
to
know
them?
you know why?
What happened with them though is they reported them to ICE. ICE took them from the police station, took them 30 minutes away from the police station, and then released them back into population.
Okay, well, I don't know about...
For them to go get drunk, steal a car, and then run people off of I-275.
Yeah, so it's... Yes, and that's a sensational case, but that is extremely rare. And yeah, it's a nice anecdotal story, but it's just that, right? Most cases, they're just here to... They're escaping the cartel or to try to get away from, you know, whatever bad situation they're in and whatever town they're in down there. They're trying to escape that, right? And in most cases, it's a situation that the United States created in that other country. The United States creates these situations, these other countries, where these people want to escape anyway. So we kind of owe it to them, really, if you look at the big picture, because we kind of ruined their lives for them. And this whole
like I said, certain things that you'll say and certain things that I'll say we won't agree upon.
That's
but
fine.
That's the
fine.
nature of politics.
But
that's what should happen.
Scared Fox away. Now we don't need.
I'm sorry, Foxo.
Demon King 2047 says this is something new to me. Eating out in Verchat.
Yeah. So.
Find the words.
Well,
Find the
was
words.
saying something in chat. So, I mean, they declared an emergency at the southern border, and they're going to send military down there. Now, immigration is like at a low. I mean, it is really low right now. I mean, it's but yet it's a talking point, and it was a talking point it's what got a lot of people to vote for Trump, was this talking point of a problem that really isn't that big of a deal. We can't talk about healthcare and getting people
Escape says,
healthy.
Sorry, I have a friend that I would like to see, so I left.
Oh, okay. You see a friend. Okay, no problem.
The Geek got a new follower. Time for a shock.
but this country is so freaking messed up. There's so many bigger problems. This problem that we're talking about is minuscule compared to the healthcare and everything else that's in this country. But the politicians don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about that. So what do they talk about? They talk about freaking immigration. You know, that's the whole problem with.
Oh,
because they know it's a good way to alienate people from one another. They can divide the population on opinions and make them fight about over this immigration bullshit when really everybody agrees that the healthcare system needs to be fixed in this country. So they don't want to talk about that because they can't divide people over that, right? Everybody agrees that it needs to be fixed, so they won't do anything about it and they won't talk about it because they want to distract people. They want to say, hey, look at the border, look, you know. That's what's going on. A lot of people don't realize that, and it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Like, this is my point of view. I have a feeling and probably it's going to be in the middle of this administration, like minimum of 2 years. We're going to get into World War III, and it's going to be a fucking fun day for
that's
us.
very possible. And we're losing all of our civil rights. Trump did an executive order to stop all procedures for civil rights cases. So if your rights are getting trampled, and if you had something going on in court to try to get that rectified because your rights were trampled, forget it. Your court case got put on hold because there's nothing can happen on civil rights cases right now because Trump said so.
Yeah, I have a feeling that anything like Texas and east below the Mason-Dixon line is going to end up seceding from the U.S. again. First time in what, 100 years?
Maybe. I mean, they can try. I mean, they failed the first time they tried to do that.
Oh, this is the reason they failed, is they decided to fight the government again as soon as they seceded.
Yeah.
Now, if they just secede and say, fuck you, we ain't fighting, we're just sticking to ourselves, they'll be fine.
Well, maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
But it's going to be kind of hard when we share a landmass.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. This is not sustainable. It's not the stuff. Everything is not sustainable in this country. The way people have to live, the healthcare system, it is not sustainable. Something is going to freaking break. Okay. What?
Canada's coming for your side of the state.
You know what? I'd be glad if they took over Washington State. I would be freaking happy if I was a Canadian.
They're coming for Washington, Oregon, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're not really, but
I think Idaho. Oh, Greenland's even trying to come for us now because fucking Trump wouldn't try to buy Greenland.
And now he might want to try to take it by force. He's also talking smack about Gaza, like, oh yeah, like what amazing things could happen. It's like, screw you.
Like I said, we're going into World War III, and it's just continuing.
Alexander Graves says hi,
this
and by
is the
again,
thing.
I keep finding you everywhere.
So, Democrats and Republicans. Trump is a Republican.
Me. You know, if you keep finding me everywhere,
Republican.
you should probably stay here. If you keep finding me everywhere,
Neptune, the
you
friend
should just
you want,
stay
says
here. Hi, Neptune. This is hot.
But Trump is a Republican. Kamala and Biden were Democrats. This is the thing: is like the Democrats are trying to take our Second Amendment right way. Period.
Neptune, the friendly one, says, "How are you, laughing face?"
Trump's trying to keep it to where we have more power with our firearms.
One thing you'll never hear me say is that I'm a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat either. They're both conservative parties. I'm a leftist. They're both conservative. Compared to the world politics, they're both conservative. They just mince over, stupid shit like immigration and they try to make.
And there's this is another
they're
thing.
All corporate. They're all owned by corporations. Is like what it is.
One of our constitutionary rights is if the government gets overstepping their boundaries, the civilians can jump in and pull them from.
You could have another another constitutional convention. Yep. You have a constitutional convention, or you can have a freaking revolution. One way or another, something's got to break.
Have another major civil war on us.
It's possible.
But here's the thing: is that's dependent on whether or not we have the manpower to take on that feat, and I don't want to deal with it, to be honest with you, but I would rather our current government stick to their guns about doing what they say they're going to do and stop being businessmen and focus.
Well, they can't because they're owned. They're
Yep, everybody's owned.
So, well, like Elon, he's pretty much has a bunch of power now. He's kind of like Trump's right hand or left hand man or something, and Zucker.
Yeah, he's going to be the left hand man because JD Vance
and
is
freaking and I saw this video about Instagram forcing people to follow JD Vance and them. I was like, oh no, that can't be. I went and looked at my freaking Instagram account, and my account was following JD Vance, and I was like, oh my god. So I unfollowed that shit.
Now, granted, this is the thing and this is the thing though about JD Vance. JD Vance is not a bad dude in himself. it's the steps he's taken to get closer to Trump. That's
that makes
the only
him
thing.
that
Vance
makes
is
him a
former,
bad dude.
I can't say former Marine because once a Marine,
That makes
always
him
a
a
Marine.
bad dude.
But he's got more of us in his mind than he does the office.
I don't know about that.
Because he's already been to he's already been to North Carolina to check on the firefighters and try to work with them to try to fix everything going on in North Carolina.
I really don't.
Within 2
I really
days of
can't
being
speak
in
a lot
office.
about that because I really don't know a lot about JD Vance. But you know, he's not the one who's president, and he's not the one making.
Former
he's
active
not the
duty
one
Marine.
making the crazy executive orders right now.
He's not the one making the decisions. Yeah.
You know, usually the vice president is kind of a cushy job because they can play the good guy and travel around the country and, you know,
do all the things that they request.
You guys probably, okay, I'm going to share a little secret of something I did. I do have a press pass. I was down. This was when Biden was vice president. Biden came to Washington State, and there's a college south of Seattle, and I was there with a bunch of reporters and TV crew, and I was covering Biden with his visit, and he was trying to explain how the free trade agreements, you know, it's like, you know, they're just going to happen, and everybody, you know, if you're a forklift driver and you're going to lose your job because it's going overseas or something, you should just create your own forklift driving business. And I'm like, and of course I'm sitting there being a reporter, typing up an article on it, and I was just like, oh my God, this guy is just, he just pissed me off so much while I was writing that article. But, you know, I wrote a very clear-headed article that covered exactly what he said. But yeah, it was just, it was ridiculous. Oh, thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. No, the two-party system doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for anybody. Doesn't work for anybody. If you're stuck in this us versus them thing, between Republicans and Democrats, you're fighting the wrong freaking battle. I'll tell you that right now. That's the wrong battle. It's the bottom versus the top. That's the real battle. The bottom versus the top. That's the real battle that needs to be fought. Whoops. Oops. Oh, I dropped my food on the floor. What am I going to do? I was trying to open up my menu and I dropped my food on the floor. Darn. Oh, boy. Yeah, you get me started in politics. I'll keep going. Okay.
Damn it.
I know I dropped it.
Food.
Oops. Oh, gosh darn it. Stop grabbing it. I try to open up my menu or something and it tries to.
Here, I'll move the bowl.
In case anybody's wondering where I got this name, Progressive Geek. Like 2 freaking decades ago, I had a podcast that you would load on your iPod. I was the Progressive Geek and I was doing a political podcast. That's where the freaking name came from, just in case you're wondering. Just in case you're wondering. I kept the name, you know. Because, you know.
I'm still the only one that can say this.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, the car insurance I did get on my car was Progressive.
Well, I've got Progressive car insurance too, believe it or not.
It was the cheapest one for me, even though it was still like 150 fucking dollars.
But you know what
a month.
was crazy? I didn't get the cheapest rate going directly through Progressive. I got the cheapest rate going through an insurance agent that offered Progressive. Yeah, the insurance agent gives you a better rate than going directly to, say, like the Progressive website. It's freaking crazy, man. It's like, how does that work?
It's a day fam.
Paying a guy,
I don't know.
paying a
'cause they
guy.
can
I know, yeah.
negotiate it.
Paying a guy to get insurance. It's like, oh yeah, well you go straight to the website. You're paying retail prices. Retail prices. Give me a freaking. What the fuck, man? It's a racket. Insurance is a racket in this country. Doesn't matter what kind of insurance it is. It's a racket. Now it just so happens Progressive happens to be one of the better companies. I learned the hard way that Allstate and Geico are the absolute worst. You don't want those guys. They're
Farmers is the
some of the
best.
Farmers is good, yep. But
not State Farm,
right,
but
State Farm's
Farmers.
horrible.
State Farm is garbage.
Geico is garbage, and Allstate is garbage.
Allstate
Yep.
is garbage. Which I have to cancel. I have to cancel my fucking renter's insurance because they upped my insurance even though I had no claims.
Yeah. Now, here in Washington
For the last
State,
year.
I heard the absolute best insurance. They'll just pay your claim, no questions asked. Is Enumclaw Insurance. There's a little town called Enumclaw here. Maybe that's where they started. Enumclaw Insurance, but you know, you kind of have to be in good standing to get a policy through them. But you know, the premium's low, and they just cover stuff without you having to go to court over it. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Allstate is what I have my renter's insurance
you
through.
can get renter's insurance through Progressive, and you'll get a discount if you already have auto insurance there. You better check into that.
Sounded like an ad.
It's just friendly advice.
That sounded like an ad.
Friendly advice. They do give you a discount if you have multiple policies through them, because I do get the discount. And no, I'm not associated with Progressive in any way. Progressive Insurance. I'm my own Progressive. I told somebody, I think it was Grim Queen. I said, yeah, they were talking about flow and everything, all that kind of stuff. I said, I was Progressive before there was flow. They're like, are you sure about that? You know, they didn't know how old I was at the time. It's like, I'm older than Flo.
I'm ready to get my car on the road. I'm ready to get my car on the road.
Oh
so I
yeah,
can just leave.
yeah. You gotta have a car, yeah. Especially in this country, because it's the only way you can get around.
Oh, my car's registered. It's just not passing inspection.
So, well, they won't let you get tabs on it, right? If it doesn't pass this.
I have tags.
Oh, then why don't you just drive off with it?
Because it's a $150 ticket.
Well, don't get pulled over. Just cross the state lines and get out of Dodge, man. Transfer your car when you get down there. I mean, now Washington State, you had to pass the inspection in order to get your tabs renewed.
Mystica69 said, Hiwo.
Yeah, they give. So here they give you a
Hey, Mr.
tags,
69. Thanks for hitting
your
that follow
registration,
button.
and then your 10-day temporary inspection.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got this power. Welcome in.
So that 10-day temporary inspection sticker allows me to drive it around for 10 days. But I have to get an inspection within that 10 days. But the problem is my check engine light came on right after I bought the car.
Oh, shucks. Where did you buy it from? Another person or a dealer? Okay.
Another person.
So you can go to an auto parts place. Many auto parts place will get the code for you for free.
I know exactly what code it is. It's something to do with the timing system.
Timing system. Oh.
So for my car, it's the P0011 time code, which is camshaft timing.
Oh.
Camshaft timing is
Oh,
out of
shucks.
balance.
Okay. So does that?
So I've already put a new VVT I've already put a new VVT solenoid.
So,
in the car.
okay. So where does that? So does this car have a timing belt or is it a timing chain?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a belt, but it's a variable valve timing system.
Well, so what you need to do is you need I had one of those. I had like I had the Chevy like the Chevette, and you had a timing. Was it the Chevette or was it another car? I don't know. One of the cars. The timing belt was that.
Well, the thing
is
about
in the front of the engine. And what you need to do is you might have to pull the front of the car apart. Take the there's a cover, a plastic cover usually over the timing belt. You have to like take things off and to get to that and pull that off. And then there's markers on the main gear for the crank and for your valve. And you have to like get it lined up, make sure you're top dead center on number 1 cylinder, and then you have to look at the mark on your valve. And if the mark is not lined up to where it's supposed to be, you need to slide that belt off, turn it to where it needs to be, and slide the belt back on.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the belt.
It could be, and it could be you need a new belt because those things stripped out.
If the belt,
out, you know.
Yeah, that car has almost 175.
You probably need a new timing belt, so you'll have to get a new timing belt. Pull the old one off, line up the gears, put the new one on.
Well, the problem with that is my car is a front-wheel drive, so the time
it's
you have
sideways.
the engine. So if you're looking in the hood of the car, it's fucking sideways. So the timing belt's over here under all the evac systems.
Okay, so you'd have to. It'll be a job. Or sometimes you can get away with just have a jack under the engine and just removing one of the engine mounts and lifting it up and tilting it. You know, sometimes you can get away with just doing that.
The problem with my car is all the HVAC lines are on the side where the timing belt is. Like literally the HVAC high and low lines are on the side where the timing belt is.
I'm not familiar with.
I have to pull. I have to physically pull my engine out of the car to do the timing.
And you need one of those. We affectionately call them the cherry picker, which is the little engine crane thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to like roll that up out of the hood, you know, and chain it around your engine and lift the thing out of there. Yeah, it's a lot of freaking work, and it's expensive when you have to go in and have it done. Yeah, if you could find a little mom and pop shop that can do that stuff, that would probably be your cheapest way to
Geek
do
got
that.
a new follower. Time for a shock.
Oh, here we go. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow.
Vel says hi.
Hello.
Nova the Avali says meep.
Oh, hey there, Nova. How's it going? Wow. Yeah, you kind of have a pickle there, don't you? Wow. I mean, because
Nova the Avali says tired and just getting off work.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope he gets some rest. I got laid off, so I don't have to go to work anymore. Oh yeah, I know. Anyway, yeah, it's one of those
Zeon
deals.
says hi. I'm
Geek
from
got
Vel.
a new follower. Time for a
hello,
shock.
welcome in. Oh, welcome in. Oh, it's Flower. I know he hates it when I call him Flower. Fleur de Lis. He says I say it wrong. Okay. All right. You have to be in my group. Like the group. Classic Geeks group. All right. Yeah, I know who this is, so I'll let him in. Oh, where'd he go?
Nova the Avali says, I see an Avali, happy face.
Yeah, my point of view on it right now is I'm just gonna try to find somebody that'll just slapstick my fucking car.
Oops, I invited him to the group and then the friend request disappeared. I haven't had that happen before. Okay. All right. Well, if you come into the instance, I can add you as a friend. Yeah, because that's definitely a project. So your decisions are, you're either gonna have to, if you're gonna do it yourself, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna take a while to work on it, and you're just gonna have to. If you have a buddy that can help you work on it, it'd be easier. Because it's going to be a project car, right? To get that timing out. Because what happens with those timing belts sometimes is they'll start losing teeth. And there'll be a flat spot on them. And then maybe it skipped a tooth, right? But eventually, that belt is going to totally give out on you, and that car won't go anywhere. So you might have a problem trying to drive it, to Alabama. So you might have to get it fixed.
Like if I could have freaking been able, if I would have been able to withdraw all of my crypto, I'd have had enough money just to take it to the shop, look at it and be like, I need this thing able to drive 1,800 miles. I need it road trip ready.
Yeah.
Like, I have the brand new struts sitting in the trunk for the car.
I need to get some of those too for my car.
I have brand new struts sitting in the trunk. Brand new front struts for the car.
Those usually aren't.
Which I know it needs struts
those usually aren't too bad to replace.
I know. Yeah. I know I need struts in the car because the coil springs on the struts that are in it now are snapping.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. So, I've seen that, though. But the spring just breaks right in the middle. And it's always in the middle,
So, it's just... I got everything to put the struts in. I got a torque wrench. I got everything to put the struts in. So, I'm good. My hand decided to leave the atmosphere. But my problem is because I have somebody that's willing to inspect the car and slap it if it can pass emissions.
Yeah.
So I can fix the struts later, but I need to fix that check engine light for me to be able to pass emissions.
Yeah, and if it's the freaking timing belt, it's like, oh, that's a pain. It's something you have to fix. Now, the car that I had to fix it on, it was rear wheel drive, I believe, and so everything, the engine was in a regular, so the fan belt, the timing belt was in the front. But the really important thing on that is to make sure the belt is torqued just right. If you over tighten it, and I learned this the hard way, if you over tighten that belt, you'll end up having to do it all over again just in a few months. Yeah, been there, done that. Oh. Yep, you seen Avali. Nova the Avali said, I seen Avali. Yeah, that's Rogue Angel. I don't know if he's still there, but He said he was tired, but
I'm here.
yeah, it's nice. Well, I mean, Nova the volume.
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't heard from Nova.
He's cool. It's kind of a treat when he comes to my lives. It's like, hey, Nova's in my life.
It's a treat when I come in and
Yeah,
join too.
you don't do it
because
very often.
I
Yeah,
don't come in
you
very
don't.
often anymore. Been busy trying to get this car up on the road so I can get out of here.
It's a pain when you have stuff like that come up. I know.
Like, it's sad. I have a freaking $3,500 loan that I got out on that car, and I can't even drive the fucking car right now.
Wow. But is it the way? I mean, you buy the car and then the check engine light comes on, and it wasn't coming on when you had to do the test drive. I'm sure.
It came on as soon as I parked the car from the test drive.
Oh, really? Oh, that should have been a red flag then.
Yeah. No, it's not even that. So this is the thing: is like I've already cleared the code once.
Well, that doesn't fix the problem.
Well, I cleared the code to figure out what the possibility could be, and also to see how long it would take before the light came back on. So when I cleared the code, it took 2 miles for that code to come back on for me. The dude that brought me the car drove 70 fucking miles without a check engine light. It did not kick on until I pulled back in the driveway.
That's crazy.
So he didn't clear the codes. It just happened to do it that way. And it's becoming more and more of a pain in the dick.
Well, yeah, because well, if it is the teeth coming off the timing belt one at a time, it will get worse. It will just keep getting worse, and soon the car will just stop and it won't go anywhere.
Yeah, and that's my concern. Is like, I can order a timing belt next Friday.
Yeah.
But the matter of retiming the engine,
because it's going to be a lot of work doing that. Now, if you got the equipment,
and I need a buddy
got the equipment.
I need a buddy that's willing to sit there with me and work on the car.
No one here says
take the alternator off
they messed up my package, so now they want to refund me the money, so no more laptop for now's confused face.
I have to take everything off that car, but everybody that I have been relying on lately has been fucking off. They'll say they'll help me, and then they'll just fucking leave, and then not fucking help.
eBay messed up. Oh, did the package get damaged during shipping there? No one here? That's a real bummer. I hate that when that happens.
Bane underscore of dot existence 0
I'm
says
probably gonna have to get off because my rate controller's about dead.
Well, thanks for joining.
Bane underscore
My
dot
controller.
existence 0 says, "Can you tell your friend they are adorable and cute?"
Yeah, my controller's at
Okay, I was
19%.
told to tell you that you're adorable.
I will bite your fucking ankles.
Buttons keep bursting.
Bane underscore of dot existence 0 says
I
go
don't believe
back.
I asked your opinion, Day.
Underscore dot existence 0 says I have no ankles.
Oh,
No
they
one
said
here
they
says
said
I paid for the laptop on a good deal, but the deal is gone, so the laptop is gonna cost more.
they said
I'm
they have
listening.
no ankles, so you can't bite them.
Fine. I'll take your shoulders.
Oh man.
Bane underscore of dot existence 0 says I have no shoulders.
You have no shoulders.
You have no
Okay.
ankles or no shoulders.
So-
What the fuck?
Do you don't have any limbs then? Is that what you're saying?
Are you just a walking or waddling nub on the floor? Are you a jumping bean?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Demon
either.
King 2047 says they're a robot Ava.
Bane underscore of dot existence 0 says I ruined them during bowling tournaments.
Oh, you ruined them during bowling tournaments. I know that feeling. I don't have a right ankle because of that.
Bowling tournaments.
I got 16 pins in my right ankle.
I used to do bowling leagues. Many. I was living in Minnesota. I mean, that's when it was. When I was living in Minnesota, I bowled
Bane
in
underscore
bowling
of
leagues.
dot existence 0 says you're still
I did-
adorable and cute.
I did junior bowling league when I was in
Demon King 2047
Florida, when I lived
says
down
who
there.
that.
There's Fluid
Do that. This is Rogue Angel. This is Rogue
Viewer.
Angel.
I'm not fucking here. I'm an imaginative fucking state. Fleur is here.
Yeah,
Where's
where'd
the
Fleur
bunny? I
go?
saw the
Yeah.
bunny. Where'd the bunny go?
No one here says who's taller face with open mouth. VRC height.
It's not floor. I'm not on the floor.
Oh, well, there's...
Bane underscore of dot existence 0 says Angel is still cute.
It's also not Fleur.
Demon King 2047 says the robot in the room.
Oh yeah, that's Fleur.
Only 3
Fleur
o'clock
de
in the
Lis.
morning.
They're a fan. I gotta. Somehow their friend request disappeared, so I have to like refriend them. But yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh god, you went from bright ass white to black. You scared the fuck out of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I turned your avatar
Yeah,
on.
this is Flower.
'Cause it has
This is
this
Flower.
Flower.
Bane underscore of dot existence 0 says currently I'm bowling around 225 pins
Hey,
per
if you go
game.
down, if you go down to New Orleans, they say it Fleur de Lis.
Yeah. I
Well, that's
Because
a bit more
that's-
correct than what Geek is saying.
Because the
No one here
symbol
says
for the
seems
New
like Pro
Orleans
is the tallest
Saints
out
is
of
called
everyone
the
speaking head in
Fleur de Lis.
silhouette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fletcher the Dirk would like to join you
It's
to
a
join
French word.
them.
Bane
Exactly.
underscore of dot existence
Fletcher.
0 says I
I'm from
bowled
Florida, so I'm
two-handed.
pretty dang close there.
I'm live streaming,
Yay, at least you
Fletcher. I
said it
don't join
correctly.
people when I'm live streaming. I
To a
don't. I
point.
just don't. I don't.
Well, at least you're more correct than Geek. he just says that that's floor.
Geek lives in Washington. They don't speak normally to begin with.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Normal. The fuck you been,
I mean,
Retro?
one.
Fleur de Lis.
What's up, Bean?
Did I say it right?
Lure.
Fleur de Lis.
Yeah. I just call him Flower because he gets them all riled up, you know.
de Lis.
Yeah. No one here says do a flip.
Well, the tail kind of makes it look like
Yeah,
a flower.
wasn't that
Oh,
Disney
wow.
bunny named Flower or something? Then that old Disney. I don't know.
I don't know. I need coffee.
Yeah, I had a couple of cups out today already. How's it going, Retro?
I need food.
I think it's time for you to take a stop right here. This is probably
Yeah,
like too
probably.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of cool. You know, Rogue joined, and we had some
Well,
big conversations going here. So yeah, cool stuff. Yeah,
Progressive. Their name is actually a French.
I know
word.
that.
So
Damn.
use that 60-year-old mind of yours and actually fucking use a dialect.
I know it's fucking French.
Oh god.
I
You
do.
don't. You see that blonde ass hair of yours? You don't know shit.
You know when that Fleur thing, it's like it's like that funky symbol thing.
It's the symbol that the New Orleans Saints uses. So it's a French.
That's freaky.
I'm back.
I was
Hold
literally
on.
talking and I looked to my left.
All you gotta do is just wait.
So that was like a symbol
The Simpsons
of
episode,
the
like-
French Revolution.
Yeah.
That symbol's like looking
Yeah.
along in the French
Yeah,
Revolution.
Oh my god. Oh god.
That would be funny if it was like
like just a video, just like the eyes, and it just you just have hands behind the camera and just go.
Well, it's the zoom in. It's like the zoom in feature. Oh, hey, like let me get a closer look.
Yeah, let me zoom in through that.
Yes.
Let me zoom in on that.
Look who it is.
If you see someone and you're like, he's like really good looking, like
yeah, you can do that too.
And then you look back at you and you're like, you just see nothing. Yeah, nothing to hear. And just look away. The eyes just go back out.
Oh, Rogue's tired. Rogue's getting tired.
Yep. I'm all.
He needs to get to
there. It is.
I've been fucking tired. I've been working trying to get my car functioning for the last 2.5 weeks.
It's a pain. I gotta work on my freaking car too. It's like it's kind of crazy. I think
you just have the fun part though. You gotta
do
wheel bearings.
You know in the old days we would repack the wheel. You know, we just take the wheels apart. We would use like either diesel fuel or gasoline, and we wash all the old grease out of the bearings, and then there was you'd put grease in the palm of your hand, and you would just like keep turning it and scraping it in your hand, and it would force the grease in through the bearings, and that's how you did in the old days.
Yeah, like they have a tool for that.
It's my dad that showed me how to do that.
The easiest way is to literally just put the grease in your hand and take the bearing and just scrape it into there until that grease is nice and good back.
That's what you did.
But the grease, I do recommend gloves.
Oh, gloves, schmuffs. We just put it right on the skin, man, and we just scraped it in there.
Ah, yes.
And when we changed brakes back then, we just
then you need 5 gallons of paint thinner just to get the grease off your hand.
But no, the real fun part.
And after that, you're eating your
sandwiches,
right? The really
fun part was back in that day when we replaced the brake pads, and then you had to go in and blow your nose and get all the asbestos out of your sinuses, That's what you did in the old days.
No,
it's a wonder I'm still alive,
on the farm. So have fun packing those bearings.
How old am I? I'm 60. I'm 62.
Bitch to pack.
It'll be 63.
You didn't know this, Retro?
Sometimes people are like in shock when I say, "Oh, I'm 62," and they're like,
What? I was confused too when I first heard that he was 62.
So was Blaze.
Believe it or not.
So was Blaze. Blaze was like, "What? You're twice as old."
The thing with Progressive though is like my first stream with Progressive. I say we had one of the best times we've had in a long time. My first stream with you. Like I'm just sitting there. This is right after my car accident last May.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, I remember that was like right around Ferality.
No one here says Flappin' Flotsam.
It was right before Ferality. It was like a month.
Oh wow!
A month before Ferality? Yeah.
No, it was like a few weeks.
Because a month, few weeks are the same thing.
Correctly, last one was Memorial Weekend.
In June.
My accident was May 21st. My accident was May 21st.
Yeah, so it'd be like May, June.
What's that?
4 for the 8th.
June 4th for the 7th or some shit.
No, it's 5 for the 8th.
Sent me a message. It's not being read.
I think it is.
Oh, the 5th or the 8th.
Oh no.
I think it was the 4th to the 7th because this year's gonna be from the 5th to the 8th.
Okay, Demon. Sometimes messages get filtered out by TikTok. I don't have any control over that. So what I do when I'm in somebody's live stream all the time is I end up leaving the live stream and going back in, and I see my comments there. If it's not there when I leave and come back, that means it got filtered out. Because
he's saying there's a robot.
Well, that was Flower here. Flower was showing up as a robot until I I wasn't showing your avatar. We weren't friends and before you came, so you show up as a robot. And if you're not like a trusted, if you don't have like the trusted user level, I won't see your avatar until I friend you or manually show it.
Yeah.
And that's why I have people join my group before I friend them usually. But I knew who you were, so I just let you in. But I usually have people join my group first before I friend them because it adds a little level of safety for me. Because usually the crashers
2047 says
come
FMEA.
in with a lower trust
yes.
ranking usually, and so they're I only they can't hurt me.
This is partly why I miss my client.
What do you mean your client? Oh,
I had a client before EAC was put in.
Oh yeah. Block out the crashers.
right.
Block out the crashers.
Yes.
But I had a targeted crasher where I could target crashers and shut them down.
Yeah.
I had a targeted crasher system. So I would click on the person, and I'd go into my menu.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I could select them and target crash them, and it would make everybody else leave the lobby but me and the person.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
It would put us in our own private lobby and crash them.
Interesting.
Wow.
Oh, that was back in the day when we had mods.
This is why I hate the fact that EAC got put in.
Oh yeah, before EAC went in, you could put in mods where you could you could actually stop people from kicking you from worlds. Actually, there was a little.
I paid $120 for that fucking client. I was pissed.
Oh yeah.
There was actually mods.
It added also a lot of quality of life helps in there for me. This is especially where I got my body and my right legs working.
Right. Yeah, right now I just look over the people's profiles. I look at the groups that they're in to make sure it looks normal. You know, they might be in some sus groups, but that's okay. I don't care about the sus groups. But if they're in like hate groups or something like that, then I know I don't let them in.
Yeah, I mostly used my client to fuck with pedophiles that were on this game.
Yeah.
So I would go into
saying
Black Cat.
I just heard you saying, like, calling me Floor again, and I was like, oh no, I need to join them and tell them how I'm called, basically, in person. I was like, no, I'm done of it.
Debugging 2047 says I will give you
gonna say it. This is how you
Demon
say
King
it.
2047 says
Gotta hear
Naya.
it correctly. There. It just says.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you joined. It's fun having you here.
Every time he gets it wrong, just kick him in the shin.
Oh shit, I punched my monitor.
Ow. Ow, my toe.
Ow, my foot! I keep forgetting I'm not in my full body tonight.
Oh, yeah, neither am I. I only occasionally use my full body.
Demon King 2047 says picture.
What? I will give you FNIA. I'll give you a
Mr. Bubbles
Demon
today,
King
where Whiskey
2047
went to go kick
says
Mr. Bubbles between the legs, and he kicked something in his room.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. If you guys want to give me photos,
Whiskey Dingo.
if anybody wants to send me photos on Discord to include in my worlds, I got 2 more worlds I'm working on to update that I need plenty of pictures for. If anybody wants to send me a picture, they want to see it in a world in VR chat, just send it to me. I'll get it. I'll put it in my world.
Where?
Well, I have 5 worlds uploaded so far. Some of them have fan art in them, and a lot of them have pictures that people have sent me. Yeah. So just
I'm trying to start working.
Just
on a
keep
world
the
myself,
pictures.
but I
Just
need
keep
more
the
assets.
pictures coming, and I'll put them in my world. Worlds.
Slow.
Yep, I got 5 uploaded so far.
All right, I'm getting off.
Okay.
My right controller's about to die.
Have a good night.
Oh no.
See you, Bean.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Demon King
Go ahead
2047
and
says
get
known as
Retro
FNIA.
and headed and then Fluer.
Fluer. Oh my god.
Oh, FNIA. Okay.
Flower.
Is that a Frenny's thing? I don't know. No, that's not. That's FNAF or something. FNIA. Okay.
Demon King 2047 says yes.
Okay. I'll take a look
I'm
at
gonna
it
go
when
off
I
because
when I
my
get off
controller's
stream.
about to die.
Demon.
All right, have a good one.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
You're welcome to join anytime.
Hungry
We're gonna
Sawballs
figure out what I'm
Hungry
gonna do
says,
tomorrow.
highlight
I
in
don't
hand,
know
your
what I'm
character
going to
is
do. I need
beautiful.
to figure out something.
Oh.
Whether it's going to be me
Thank
probably
you.
selling my computer to be able to get my car on the road, and I don't want to sell my computer because it's my baby. I built it from the ground up.
You don't want to, and I have a feeling you'll probably have a hard time selling it anyway. So you'll probably have to find.
Oh no, I won't. Not here.
Okay.
Sell something that you don't use anymore.
I don't have anything that I don't use.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that I need like $4,000 to get my car worked on.
Oh no.
Well, that's one thing you're not using is your car.
I'm not selling my car. I need my car to get out of here.
I mean, timing belts can be really physically do it yourself. I mean, if it goes wrong, your engine basically blows up. And then you're like,
it's hard to do
I
it.
also have 3 friends that are mechanics.
The only thing I said, the only thing you can really do wrong is torque the belt too much. And if you torque the belt too much, it won't last very long. So that's the real key. Now, some of the newer engines, they will self-torque themselves because they have the spring-loaded pulley in them, and you just let it do its thing. But I had one.
System,
you had
my engine's got the tension shoes in it.
Because the one I did, you had to tension it yourself with a torque wrench, and you had to get it just right. That old Chevette I had, I think it was.
Yeah, older cars, you had to torque it and get it right. You had to set the pulley and all that shit. It was just fucking bullshit. The weird part about my car is, so the negative terminal on my battery is screwed down into my my strut tower.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
So if you look at the battery, if you look at the battery in my car, so you have the positive terminal that runs into the car, into the harness. The negative terminal goes from the battery, and it goes from the battery to the top of the strut tower, and is screwed
for the
into
ground.
the strut tower.
For the ground. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
So literally, there's a piece of wire. 2011 Kia Soul.
So you just have to need to unhook it, or just unbolt it, or whatever when you place the strut, right? And you just bolt it back on. It's not a big deal.
And this is the funny thing about this car is everything is a fucking 10 mil.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
everything is a 10 millimeter socket.
So they used to say like you could take a whole car apart with a 1/2-inch wrench, while the metric ones is a 10 mil wrench.
Yeah. Anything that's an import is all 10 millimeter. Anything that's domestic is a 1/2 inch. A quarter, a half, and a 9/16.
And even though as a software engineer, I was born in Flint, Michigan, so I came on my mom with a wrench in my hand.
Love.
I mean, it's just unavoidable when you're born in Michigan. You're born with a wrench in your hand. I mean, that's just what it was there. And mine was a 1/2 inch.
I've never seen your model before. A Kia Soul. I've never seen it drive before, but I'm from Europe, so they might have different cars over here than in America.
Yeah, you don't have Kia Souls over there.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Is Kia domestic or foreign? Korean.
It's Korean.
Okay.
King 2047 says
we do
wavy
have
hand
Kia
sign.
though. We just don't have that model.
They have the you guys have different models than us. Just like our Dodges are y'all's Holdens.
Let me see.
No, we don't drive
Blaze,
Dodges a lot,
Blaze.
unless it's like a pickup truck. But then that's like a.
I miss you too, Blaze.
You have the Voxels.
That's
The Holdens.
only the UK. We don't drive
Vauxhalls and Holdens. Okay, Holdens.
I've never heard of that brand before. Holdens. Might be a UK brand.
Might be a UK brand. That's that.
UK are weird.
guys-
They're like not part of
Yeah,
Europe.
not anymore. They did that Brexit thing.
Skin LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
I know.
Like, there's a
It was
few-
really weird.
Europe has weird fucking cars. That's the thing. So like they'll have the parent company, which is like Kia, Ford, all them, Kia, Ford, Dodge, all that stuff. But they'll change the name of the company for Europe, just like in the UK. So you have Holdens, which are Dodges, and then you have Vauxhalls, which are Fords.
No, Vauxhalls are Opel. You have a
Opel and
Vauxhall
Ford.
Astera and a Opel Astera. It's basically the same, just the logo is different, but it's actually just the same car.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I know
Vauxhall is
Holdens
the
are
brand
like-
that they use in the UK.
I know Holdens over in the UK is
kind of like a Dodge.
like they have the same body style.
See,
as
I think the whole Brexit
Google
thing
it real quick.
is I think it was like what the TikTok ban is now. People voted for it, but they voted for it. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We voted for it. That's not going to really happen. And it got far enough where it's like, oh shit, this thing's going to happen. You know, I think that's how Brexit went down.
What was the brand name again?
Give me a minute.
It's like, oh, I guess we're doing this thing. And I think there was buyer's regret on that too.
Oh no, that's fucking wrong.
That's an
So-
American's, the progressive geek's perspective anyway. Yeah, you know.
So Holdens are actually an Australian car.
Oh yeah.
Demon King 2047 says I'll be finding out tomorrow if my Vershop
They're
Plus
not in the
really expired or not.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holdens
I'm sorry,
are
Demon. I got laid off, so
They
I
look
can't
like
really be
Pontiacs.
gifting VRChat Plus right now.
I've never seen that car before, or that brand.
It's
But
an
indeed, they
Australian
look like a
car.
Pontiac. But we don't have a
Which
Pontiac
Pontiac's
as well.
owned by General Motors, so. I don't fucking know.
We actually don't have a lot of American branded cars here.
No.
We have Ford.
Demon King 2047 says
Yeah.
that's fine.
We have Dodge, but that is like very limited. Chevy was here but left. Chrysler was here but left.
Really?
What else was
Chrysler's
there?
always had problems, though. It was Lee Iacocca who saved.
Oh, I used to have a
Lee
Chrysler.
Iacocca saved Chrysler.
I used to have a Chrysler, and it was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, they were great cars, and then Lee Iacocca saved it, and then the next CEO came out and kind of ruined it again. They tried to merge with a German company, Daimler or something, and it became Daimler Chrysler, but that didn't
For
didn't
Mercedes.
freaking last, and that fell apart. Yeah.
Well, if you have a Chrysler Crossfire, holy shit, they're so badass. They're made by between a corporation between Mercedes and
okay.
Chrysler. Then they made the Chrysler Crossfire, and that's an amazing car. It's super rare, and it goes for like a lot of money
Oh,
over
wow.
here now. But I used to have a Sebring.
Oh, a
Chrysler
Sebring.
and oh my god,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
you could
Sebrings are
not
good.
wreck that car. You could not
I know.
destroy that car. It was an absolute
I know,
tank.
They were. The American cars were really tanks for a long time. Let me tell
The
you.
one car I had that would not die until I fell asleep at the wheel was my 1994 Mercury
the
Cougar
fuck?
XR7.
I fell asleep at the wheel. Oh no.
I was driving. Okay, so I was driving from Mississippi to Florida for a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
I got about halfway there, literally 100 yards from the fucking rest stop. fell asleep at the wheel and ate the
Oh
guardrail.
man, you're probably going to your sleep apnea appointment, right?
I was. No, I was going to my kidney transplant appointment. This was just after my transplant. But I was trying to get to the rest stop so I could sleep for an hour and then get back on the road.
You didn't make it? Yeah, that's too bad.
I literally crashed into the median. I crashed into the median guardrail.
I can
literally 100 yards from the
I've
rest
been in
stop.
that situation where you had to like roll down the window and crank the radio up and just kind of... Because sometimes your body might be awake.
That's the major concern with me is this drive from New York to Alabama is 1,700 miles.
You have to stop and take breaks.
17 and a
You have
half
to stop,
hours.
take breaks. Make sure you get rest at night. Stop at hotels. You know.
I'm going to sleep in the car.
Well, yeah, you can do that. You can do that, but just make sure you get someplace safe where you can sleep in the car. You won't be disturbed.
Well, I'm going to have a firearm on me, so I'm not...
Yeah, well...
I hope somebody tries to mess with me.
Don't say that. Don't choose violence.
If it's protecting me and my family, I don't care.
Well, if somebody else chooses violence for you, then it's okay. But, you know, just don't choose the violence.
This is like an American thing. Me as a European, I will never understand guns. Never. You cannot try. It's just
I'm with you.
No.
There's 100 guns behind every blade of grass in the U.S.
Well, yeah, there's wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's insane if you think
So
about it.
I only
really.
have one. It's an old World War II gun. It's a 8mm German Mauser, and it's one that my grandpa had that passed down to my dad, and he got to pass it down to me, kind of thing. I mean, that's the only one I have. I'm not a gun nut. Like there's a lot of Americans that are gun nuts, that they think they have to own everything from a micro pistol to a tank.
So,
you know, there are those.
So my point of view on firearms. So you need to have your everyday carry, which is the one you carry for your protection while you're out and about.
I don't carry. Well, why would I need to carry? You know.
Yeah, sorry,
You
that is
also
like my
live in one of
European
the
mind.
states where there's
exactly.
the least crime.
Well, you know, there's people in this country who think they have to carry all the time because they say, oh, you need a good guy to stop the bad guy kind of thing. But usually the good guy can't save the day. It's very rare that happens. But anyway, go ahead.
But
everywhere in
my dad, take this into account with me. My dad is ex-Special Forces Army. So my dad is high-ranking.
So he's a trained killer.
High-ranking military. He was trained, and I was raised by that man. So knowing that, the fact of the matter is you need to always have something to protect yourself at all times, especially here in the States, because you'll get idiots that don't know how to control their anger.
Well, see, that's the thing. Okay.
Well, we also have idiots that don't control their anger. Just go fisticuffs on them, you know?
Fisticuffs.
Take into
account, I'm shorter than the average man.
Come on, you lad.
Take into account, I'm shorter than the average man in the U.S. I am 5'4". The average man is 6'1" and taller.
Let me give you an example. The problem is that you have a lot of people who think they have to carry a gun, and they take them with them in their cars and everything. And some of these people have road rage issues. Okay, so I had a case. I had a road rage case, right? I pulled out in a left turn lane. I need to get across all the way to the right lane. There was a lot of traffic. And I turned out in the left turn lane, and I emerged over one lane. Okay, well, the guy behind in that lane was trying to speed up, and that's what they do here. They tried to speed up and prevent you from merging over, right? And then the guy got mad at me because I got merged over. and he thought he should be okay. So he blew up into road rage, and that's the problem. One of the problems we have in this country. And what he did was he actually pulled back in that middle lane. We're sitting in a red light, right? He pulled out, got in the middle lane, and just started wedging his car in front of me, like he was gonna force his way in front of me. Okay, so if I was susceptible to road rage, that could have been a very dangerous situation, because I could have got pissed off, I could have given the finger, I could have like crashed into his car or forced him to not merge in front of me. But what you have, but what we had to do is best to just keep a cool head, and I just freaking let him merge in front of me, because I don't know, he might have a freaking gun that he might want to pull out, right? And so that's how you deal with that situation.
Yeah, but isn't there like a?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but isn't there like a step in between flipping someone off and shooting them? I mean,
not in this freaking country.
Punch him or something.
Not in this freaking country. When you have,
especially in the northern,
when you have
states,
people who think they need to carry a gun for protection all the time, sometimes they just pull it out and they're the aggressor. If they have that mentality, right? They'll say they have it protection, but they'll just pull it out. it's like so you can't.
So, where I live right now, I can't use a gun to protect my own household.
It states vary on that, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you were in Florida.
I'm from Florida.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
I've had 3 people try to break into my house while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
I've had them on camera. I had 2 people try to kick in my back door. And I cannot in this state legally shoot to kill. Where I grew up, we have the stand your ground law. If you feel like your life is in danger, shoot to kill.
Yeah, that's kind of a controversial law that came out in Florida. That was several years back. I remember that when it came out.
I cannot progress the fact of shooting, of taking someone else's life.
I know.
If you feel your life is in danger, it is survival of the fittest. It is a fight or flight.
Okay.
We are not like in a zombie apocalypse. We have a
civilization. I know. I totally.
Yeah, but then you have stupid people. Then you have stupid people that don't know how to control themselves.
So.
Again, my European mind will never process this.
I understand
There's
that.
No way.
We have a problem in this country. We have this pick yourself up by your bootstraps, lone wolf freaking mentality in this country. Okay. Humans weren't really designed for that. We're supposed to be community animals. We're supposed to work as a community and help each other. That's how humanity has survived as long as it has. But we're losing that in this country. We're losing
Demon King 2047 says I'd fit in with a law like that. Don't ask why.
And we have like this everyone out for themselves mentality in this country, and that's why we have people who think they, have to carry guns, protect themselves, because we completely lost this sense of community that Europeans still have. And that's a big problem in the United States. And it's, I have to say it boils down to the freaking unfettered capitalism. It kind of all boils down to that, really. Yeah, okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
Demon King 2047 says just my way of thinking.
This is my point of view on it. I'm gonna have a firearm just because I have the right to.
Yep. And that's where that comes from. That's all I'm saying.
But my major problem is where I'm going to be living here soon. There's a lot of bears, a lot of shit that can break into my house that I'm gonna have to protect my family from.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of animals,
yeah,
a lot of
fair. I mean, yeah, okay.
I know a friend that had like a decorative rifle over his fireplace.
Demon
He was living like on the
says, though
second
my
floor or
family is
something
a
like
no
that.
guns family.
And another friend was visiting him, and he was asking like, "Hey, can I hold that gun? You know, it's like a filled-in barrel." So
I agree with that, Demon. I agree with that, Demon.
It's decommissioned.
Of decommissioned, yeah, exactly. It's just a decorative
Because
piece. And he had
statistics,
it in his hand, and someone from the street
statistics
below saw that he was holding a gun, and he was SWAT raided. His door was getting kicked in, and he was pushed on the floor just for the suspicion of having a gun in the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is how we act with people with guns, and you know, I don't think that's wrong on one side. On the other side, it was just a decorative. Decorative.
So Demon,
like I told you, where I'm going, there's a lot of big
completely
animals.
understand that.
There's mountain lions and shit there.
The statistics show that people with guns in the house, the guns are not typically used in self-defense. They're used
and I'll do anything
for.
I mean, we also have drug addicts, but I mean, they have knives and again,
self
fists, I guess. I don't know.
the
chances of
self-harm.
them
Let me just say that. Self-harm.
I'm also
And
severely
they're
disabled.
used for
I cannot
maybe
protect
hurting
myself.
others.
Demon King
in your
2047
family.
says I know.
Yeah, that's the
I can't get up and
statistic.
just punch
That's
somebody
the
in the face.
statistics. Even though people are saying it's for
I
self-defense,
mean, like I said, my European mind
it's
will
way
never
too handy when
understand
you're,
it.
when
I
you're going
mean,
through depression
Until
and
you
stuff.
hang out
That's
with
the
America
problem.
enough and let them explain their points of view.
You can explain all you want. I mean, it doesn't progress here. Like owning a gun, I should own a gun, otherwise I wouldn't be safe. You know that
and
just
like I
doesn't
just said,
comprehend here.
the statistics show that people do not use it for self-defense. They end up using it for self-harm, or it hurts somebody in the family, and that's the problem. And people, and some people can safely own guns, but statistically saying that people who buy a gun for self-defense, it usually gets used for something else other than self-defense. I'm just saying, if you especially if you suffer with depression, and we have a lot of depression in this country, it can be misused very easily.
Says,
it's best to not have it handy in those cases,
And I will admit I do have depression issues, but here's the thing with me is the way I was raised.
Swans
I was always told to have
_ says
contingency
real.
plans put in place. If I feel like it's one of those days, I put my gun up, I lock the safe, I give my girlfriend the key, and I do not touch those firearms all fucking day.
Yeah, well, fortunately,
I have contingency plans for everything.
I know,
that I
but
do.
see, why? What? Okay, why do you have to deal with that in the first place?
I've been through
that.
Progressive. You know the reason I deal with what I deal with. I've been through 31 surgeries. I'm 30 years old.
I know.
I've gone through hell and back, and I'm
I
still
understand
here
the
fighting.
depression, and I understand fighting through it, and it's very, very admirable. It really is, because I know it is super tough.
It's a battle that some people lose, and a battle that some people just live with. Depression is a known thing, just especially for people like me that are pretty much locked off from everybody.
Yep.
Like, I have no family left where I'm living right now. I have nobody. This is why I want to get out of the state. I want to go back towards my dad. My dad's all I got.
Yeah.
My dad's literally the only family I got. My mother passed away 4 years ago.
are so cool.
My family, my blood family that I have up here hasn't talked to me in 3.5 years.
Well, this is really.
Sorry,
this is really cool. I really like this conversation. I really like this conversation, especially with the European here, given his, and some people in the chat says we are really cool. So just letting you know, people in chat think we're cool.
Like with progressives kept my Progressive has kept my depression at bay, majorly, since I met him.
That's what I like to do.
Progressive is like my brother. I love him to death. I'm maybe half his fucking age, but I still love him. I'd do anything to help out.
He could be my dad.
Yeah.
I think my dad
He's
is like
older than my
56.
dad. My dad's 52.
Yeah.
My dad's 52.
Well,
my dad is 66
that's why
now,
I'm
so,
the Geek Mafia godfather, you know. I'm the Geek godfather.
Like, I love
Demon King
anything in the
2047 says
world.
you're on
Like,
camera, just remember.
It hurts me now knowing that
he's gotten laid off from his job.
Yeah,
He's got all these
everything. I
other
think
issues
everything's
he's
cool
gotta deal
so
with
far,
now.
Demon. I don't think anything's said that's a problem for the algorithm so far.
And like, my point of view in it is if I step out of line, just say it. That's my point of view. Is if I step out of line, just tell me.
There's something I really have an issue with. I mean, I know it's not your fault, but it's like this censorship of you cannot talk about this, you cannot talk about that, because it will be an all big-time problem. Like, we don't live in a dictatorship.
We live in a
have
dictatorship.
A free opinion and a free expression
We don't have
of
freedom in the
speech.
United States.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
live in an oligarchy. You don't have democracy in this country. A lot of people in this country don't realize that. We don't have freedom in this country.
The U.S. wasn't even founded as a democracy. It was founded as a republic of the people. It wasn't even founded as that.
It wasn't even founded as that.
Republic of the people.
The Senate was created later because the founders of the country thought they didn't want the people. They were afraid of the people making wrong decisions. They didn't really believe in democracy or republic or any of that bullshit. They wanted control. That's why we have a Senate with 2 people from every state. And when the Senate was first founded, we didn't vote for senators. They were appointed. The Senate was to keep the masses from getting their way in case they wanted something that the controllers of, the people who were in power and founded the country, they didn't want the masses to be able to make all the decisions. They wanted to be able to stop those decisions, so they created the Senate. The
Senate wasn't created.
The Supreme Court wasn't created to strike down laws. They were not there to determine whether things were constitutional or not. The Supreme Court was originally founded just to handle disputes that were between states, like say between a business in one state and a business in the other state. In fact, they didn't have a chamber. They traveled all around the country to handle these disputes, right? All this stuff.
Yeah, like the Supreme Court was originally created to handle like border disputes between states. Because a couple of our states don't even have their border lines correct at the current moment, because like there's a issue with Indiana and the state.
And then later they started to say, oh, it's for checks and balances. But that's just bullshit. It was never about checks and balances when all this stuff was put together. And it was never about democracy. No. It was never about giving people the power.
Congress, there's issues with...
It was...
Yeah. There's issues with Congress. There's issues with the Senate. There's issues with... So, we have 3 branches of government. Like, we have the executive branch, the legislative
and the
branch,
president
and
was supposed to be... There wasn't supposed to originally be a president. But they later added the president the president was just supposed to be a figurehead that just kind of like represented the United States to the world. Now, with all the power grabs that happened through the decades, it's getting closer to a dictatorship.
Yeah, like originally they wanted George Washington to be the king of the U.S.
Yeah, they did. And he was a horrible dude. He was a horrible.
I do not
want
to be king.
He was a horrible man.
Certain things he did were horrible. Certain things he did were good. But he was a dick.
Wasn't he a moonshiner?
He was a slave owner. He was a land. He was the top. He was what we would call the top 1%, maybe the top 10%. He was like a big landowner. You know, because that's what founded this country, was landowners. You know, they were the ones that were in control, you know, when they did all this stuff.
Yeah. Like George Washington, they wanted him to be king, but he did make the right decision and be like, no, I don't want to be king. I will take office for 4 years and then pass it on.
Yeah, that is the story.
Him to permanently be sitting up there. And then,
I mean,
they did an amendment to the Constitution sometime around Thomas Jefferson's time?
For which amendment?
The one where you can only have 2 terms.
Oh, for the presidents? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because I know Richard Nixon tried to do 3 terms, and then he got impeached.
Yeah. Not a crook.
Warden, no, not Warden. Something B. Harding. Rutherford B. Harding.
And right after
that president, he tried to run for. He tried to go in for 3 terms.
Yeah, it was after Nixon we had President Ford, who just kind of like showed up out of nowhere. He wasn't voted in or anything. He just kind of like. He wasn't even the vice president, I don't think. He was just like...
Ford just... So, Ford was the Secretary of State. Ford was the Secretary of State. Nixon got impeached. Then the vice president got impeached.
Yeah,
and then Ford took control.
Oh, he was a crooked...
Al Gore got fucking pulled.
Yeah, that was just...
Al Gore was vice president.
That was weirdness.
I don't even know when the history of my country begins. I think it was like in Roman eras that we like.
What country do you live in?
Started. The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Oh yeah, I was there.
Nope.
I was there last year. I was in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, you talked about that. Yeah.
The Netherlands started just before the Romans took control.
The Netherlands
area. And then Romans took control of that area.
Oh.
And then after the Roman Empire fell, the Netherlands became their own separate entity.
The Netherlands.
Again.
And then we were like, let's be independent, build boats, and colonize the half of the world.
And it's
like my family,
including New York.
My family, my mom's side of the family's from Norway.
Yeah.
My dad's side of the family's from Ireland.
See, the interesting about the Netherlands is that they were all about trade and welcoming people in. They learned other languages just to do the trade. In fact, the Netherlands is where capitalism was created. Thank you very much.
Like the Netherlands is great.
I know. But then
like, this is the thing about
they didn't have like walls and barriers and everything until the Vikings came in once, and they welcomed the Vikings in, and then they learned their mistake. It's like, oh, there's people out there like the Vikings, and they started getting a little more protective about who they let in.
So like with me, with everything going on right now, Ireland is putting into place heritage-based citizenship. So with my Irish heritage, because my family came to America in
I've got some Irish in me too.
From Ireland. So if I wanted to, I could move to Ireland and become a citizen.
Yeah.
I said this to Geek as well in chat, like in a previous stream. Like, if you're an American and you come to visit Europe, please don't say that I'm my far, far great uncle, great neighbor, sister's wife is from Ireland.
No,
I'm Irish. Stop, please.
No, like
it's
my
cringe.
family,
it's absolutely cringe.
My family, both my mom's side and my dad's side has our genealogy and family trees all the way back to the 1400s.
If Ireland is going to give this heritage citizenship, then they're asking for it. They're just asking for it, right? I mean, you got to admit that.
And
I
that's
mean,
the thing, though, is like
basically
my family has the papers to prove that my family came from there.
Yeah.
Both sides. So my dad's side of the family, we have family heritage leading all the way back to Scotland in the 1300s.
Yeah, my grandpa came over in like the 1860s and lived in Ohio for God knows who reason. He became a farmer there. And I traced that he came from Prussia before Prussia was taken over by Germany. And he left in the 1860s because there was a lot of freaking wars. You know, so if you lived in that area like Prussia was, it was like every couple of years you were invaded by another country, right? It was like, oh, now you're you know, Prussia, or you might, yeah, German. Or,
now you're
no,
Polish.
or you're what was that? Oh gosh, I was trying to remember that other empire back then. It's just slipping my mind at the moment. No, the maybe it was Byzantine Empire or something. Yeah,
Byzantine Empire.
That exists. That's the thing.
And then. And so it kept going, and he just wanted to be a farmer, right? And so he got tired of it, heard about the United States, he immigrated over, went through Ellis Island thing, and settled in Ohio, and became a drunk farmer. Yeah,
why a drunk farmer?
They were because they were.
They were growing corn.
Yeah,
they were making alcohol.
I have a lot of alcoholism in my family tree.
Because
so
literally, Ohio is known for its corn crop.
And and it's funny because his name was, well, he had like a couple of names, but his name was Johann, and his dad's name was Johann, and his dad's name was Johann, and his dad's name was Johann, and it's just like a whole string of Johanns. But the names, but there's names. Oh, no, my name's not Johann. the names, the Johann names stopped
that would be funny, though.
when they came to the United States, because a lot of people from there, they wanted to Americanize their name. You know, which Americanizing is kind of a joke because we got all our names from Europe. You know, so they're not really American names.
Yeah, like, my mom's side of the family's last name is Steiner.
Yeah.
But that's the American pronunciation of Steiner.
That does not really sound Irish.
No.
That's my mom's side. My dad's side of the family is Huggins.
Oh. Okay.
Or in Irish, it's Huggins.
Okay.
And that's Scottish, actually. It's not Irish, it's Scottish. But my mom's side of the family, the actual pronunciation of my mom's side of the family's name is Steiner.
Oh, yeah.
Steiner or Steiner.
Yeah.
The way I was taught to pronounce it was Steiner. Like over here, we got we pronounce it as Anne Frank. Like you probably know the stories of Anne Frank and Dr. Frankenstein. So it's not pronounced Anne Frank. That's the American pronunciation. It's Anne Frank.
Mm-hmm.
What, like the
little girl, the little Jewish girl? Yeah, the little Jewish girl
from Amsterdam. Yeah.
So the name is Anne Frank. We called her Anne Frank over here in the U.S.
Yeah, we do.
Anne Frank. It's Anne Frank. So another thing is Dr. Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein. It is so Victor Frankenstein. It's Victor Frankenstein.
I mean, if Anne Frank was Dutch, then she would have said it in a Dutch way, which is probably Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that is as Dutch as I can say.
German pronunciation. I'm taking it by the German pronunciation from my grandmother. So I go by everybody's got a different way of saying it. Like you got the Dutch way, you got the German way, you got the English way. It's just a clusterfuck and all around because everybody's dialect fucks everything up. Period. Doesn't fucking matter. You try to say that shit in Russian, it's not gonna fucking matter.
Also, Geek, if you're back again in like the Netherlands or whatever, don't go to the Anne Frank house. It's a tourist trap. Just go anywhere else.
I didn't go there.
It's
I
basically
did
a tourist trap.
the bike tour, riding the. Actually, I got e-bikes and we rode around where the windmills and stuff. That was really cool. We had somebody who's local, lead the tour and tell us all the history and everything. It was really cool. Yeah, it was. He told us about the one windmill that was burned down multiple times and rebuilt and
the fucking windmills, they fucking get struck by lightning.
No, this one was actually set on fire. It was like a dispute between two families, and the other one family came over and burned down their, because they lived in the windmills, right? It was a privilege to be a miller, a mill, Anyway, yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh, you have no idea how expensive windmill houses are nowadays. Like, they got the entire windmill, and then they make like an entire house out of like the structure that is existing. And trust me, it's like the most expensive house you can have.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's so insane.
And these windmills
nowadays.
there's a huge waiting list to like get in there, and then plus you have to have a certain amount of training before you can, And the funny thing is one thing I learned about the windmills there is they have a front door and a back door, and you there's a reason why there's two doors.
King 2047 says people were merciless back then.
Because the windmill rotates, with the wind, and so you probably one door you don't want to go up because you'll get killed by the blades.
You get smacked in the face by the blades.
So you go out the other door.
There is actually an expression.
Yes, there is.
There is actually an expression here in the Netherlands that says, how can I translate it? If someone is acting like really insane, like really cuckoo, you have an expression here in the Netherlands that says he has been hit by the windmill. Then you have lost your mind.
The tour guide told me that, and he had the English expression for it, but I forgot it. But I remember him talking about that. And there was like little lofts for sleeping quarters in there.
Then you got me over here. I'm just fucking stupid. I'd walk out that front door just to get smacked with a windmill. Because I'll literally walk out of my kitchen with a skillet in my hand and smash myself in the face.
One thing that's funny is they showed us this one windmill where the blades look like airplane wings, and it's because the guy who got into that was an engineer. I don't know if he was had worked for Boeing or something at one point, but he actually designed the blades to be like airplane wings to get super high efficient windmill. But he couldn't convince any of the other people to adopt his design. So it's the only windmill with the, because it wasn't traditional, right? So there's one windmill with like airplane style wings, with the aluminum and everything on it. It's pretty cool though. It looks pretty cool.
All right. Well,
I know you wanted to go to bed an hour ago.
I got to get off of here because. Well, no, I didn't really want to go to bed. My controllers were dead, so I just turned them the fuck off, put them on my desk, and just sat here.
All right.
But now I'm getting tired. I need a cigarette.
I just woke up.
Yeah.
So I already had my sleep.
It is
different time zones.
It is 3:45 in the morning for me.
I went to the Hard Rock. Okay. I like to going to Hard Rock cafes and collecting things and buying shirts and stuff like that. And I thought it was funny. Well, unfortunately, we're losing a lot of the Hard Rock cafes here in the United States. The one in Seattle disappeared. I've
already lost.
It's really unfortunate.
I've already lost 3 GameStops in my state. I've lost 3 GameStops in my state.
Stuff is going away. And I got the Amsterdam guitar and the Amsterdam pins and stuff like that. And But I couldn't get a shirt from there because they didn't have American sizes, you know. I'm gonna say, hey, I don't see the American sizes in here, so I guess I won't get a shirt.
You kind of
until they fit. Yeah, they didn't have the big.
I'm sorry, I tried
they
to be
didn't have a
saying
big
it
enough
polite.
shirt. No, they didn't.
You're a big boy,
a lot
I
of
see
people
it.
are thin there because they're all riding bikes all the time, you know.
Netherlands isn't that big, so there's pretty easy to fucking just ride from one side of this area to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 4 hours you can drive across from north to
Yeah.
south. 4 hours.
In 36 hours, you can drive from one side of the country to the other.
And the
over here.
Yeah, the bikes are the bikes always had right away over there in the Netherlands. The bikes are very important.
Yeah,
very
Same here in
important.
New York.
No, you don't understand. If you walk in front of a bike, they'll run your ass over in the Netherlands. The bikes get there right away.
Yeah.
The only time the bikes stop. Now I had my mother-in-law with me, and she had a walker. Then all the bikes stopped. When they see somebody who needs assistance, like with a walker or something, they will stop.
Elderly, anybody elderly.
But if you look like you're able-bodied and you walk out in front of them, they'll ding their little bells at you and then run your ass over.
Yeah, if you're like an American, like taking a picture or whatever, you're in the bike lane, well, I'll run your ass over. You can make sure of that.
But see, it's weird because
This is the weird thing about me, though, is like. So this is the weird thing about me is like, so you have the guys on the bike there. They don't give a fuck if they're running you over or not. But then you got me. I'm gonna be sitting there waiting at the crosswalks, just waiting on an old lady to come by, just so I can just help her across the fucking street, just so I don't get ran over by the bikes.
Yeah. Well, so what it is there's sidewalks, but there's.
So I'm doing a good deed and
But
not
there's
getting
part
pissed off
of the
bikers.
sidewalk is kind of a reddish color, and that's where the bikes go, and so that's the
Demon
thing you
King
have to learn.
2047 says at Walkies_VR, what's up?
So once you figure that, that's totally new to us, you know, from America. We don't. So we have bike lanes, but we
You
have
have
some
bike
bike
lanes?
lanes like in Seattle that they added, but they're green colored and they're in the street. They're not on the sidewalk. They're in the street. So they're like in lanes, like next to the cars.
So.
And but here,
Furry
but there,
_ big dog wolf face
there-
says, what kind of furry are you?
there are.
You're so cute.
Oh,
I'm freaking out right now. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream.
I'm a space.
Come
I'm
with
a,
you. Everyone will
I'm a
sidewalk,
space
not the
fox. I'm a
street.
fox from space. That's what I am.
So here in New York, like where I live, you only find like bike lanes, like actual bike lanes, in the big cities.
Yep.
So like Rochester, Buffalo, New York City itself, Manhattan. You'll find bike lanes there, and it's on the street. So you have the sidewalk, the bike lane, and then the street.
Yeah.
So the bike lane is part of the main street, like it's its own like little 4 to 6 foot lane on the street.
Yeah.
Furry _ big dog wolf face says, oh my gosh.
Where
Whatever
our
you do, don't say Baba
Our
Boy.
street lanes for cars is like 8 to 12 feet wide.
Why? Oh,
Furry
I know
_
why.
big dog
I
wolf face
understand
says,
the
knock.
question.
Knock.
But then
Knock.
you have people in cars that'll drive in the fucking bike lanes and block these fucking bikes. But then you got me where
Furry
if I'm
_
riding a
big
fucking
dog
bike
wolf
and you
face
pull
says
into the
ding
bike
dong.
lane while I'm riding a bike in the bike lane, I'm gonna take your fucking mirror off. I'm sorry. Fuck you. You're in my lane. That's my point of view on it.
But like you don't
Like-
run them over as a biker, or you don't run them over.
They're in a car.
Yeah, so you run against the car, you sue them, and you get money.
If they go into my
No.
lane and I'm
Furry
riding my
_
bike
big
down
dog
that lane,
wolf
I'm
face says
kicking their
knock,
fucking
knock.
mirror.
Knock, knock, knock.
Who's
I
there?
mean, that's your right to do
Because
so.
that
So
is
if they're
my-
standing
that-
in your bike lane, you can legally run them over.
Yeah, pretty much. I can legally kick their fucking mirror off if they're in the bike lane. because they're risking my life.
So
I can
bike
legally
Big
go up to
Dog
their
Wolf
car,
Face
take
says
their
knock,
fucking mirror
knock.
off.
But then again, wait, there is an exception to that rule in the Netherlands. If the bike lane has like white lines on the side, you cannot drive over them with your car. If they don't have those white lanes, you can drive over them with your car. And if you kick the mirror off that car, then the biker is in fault. So you have an exception to that rule.
In New York State, we have a solid white line just following the whole freaking bike lane everywhere you go. There is no
Then you can't drive
ifs,
over
ands,
them.
or buts.
Well,
Yeah.
in the United States,
least in New York.
it's legal to ride your bike in the road, not on expressways, but on the road. The car is supposed to share the lane with the road. Now the
Share
bike
the
is
road with
supposed
the
to stay
bikes.
to the right, so the car can more easily pass. But yeah.
Furry_Big Dog Wolf Face
But-
says I see a green furry.
But like in the major cities here in New York, we have our specific little bike lanes that have the white lines on the edge that share the road with the cars. So if a car pulls into that bike lane and blocks you, or they need to move, they can't be in the bike lane. But if they pull into that lane to block you from going and almost knock you off your bike, you have every full right to kick their fucking mirror off.
I don't know about. Well, this is okay. So this is the United States. So one thing you have to worry about is if you're on your bike. Well, there's that, but there's also somebody might come along and throw a soda can or a beer bottle or something at you on your bike and try to get you with it while they're driving by. That has happened in the past too. That happens sometimes too.
Now
you can't do that.
They do it
New
here.
York State, the bikes have complete right of way.
But
in New York
no,
State,
you can't do that because empty bottles and empty cans are actually worth money here. Like there's actually like a 50 cents return on like empty cans and bottles. So you're basically throwing money at someone.
One of the things I learned about Amsterdam when I was there is that you can. So like a lot of times Americans or people from other countries, they'll get the cans and the bottles and they'll throw them in the trash. There's very few homeless there, but the ones that are there, they'll go and pick up the bottles and cans that the Americans throw in the trash, and they'll take them and return them. And they're like 50 cents to return them, right? So they can actually return some bottles and cans and actually get a pretty good meal out of that. Which here you get like 5 cents.
It's
5
a 5
cents.
cent
It's
deposit.
minimal.
It's a 5 cent
no.
deposit
Yeah.
on every
Or bottle.
can you buy. So like if you buy a 12 pack of soda here, they charge you 5 cents for every can in that 12 pack of soda.
And then you have to take the bad.
Furry_Big Dog Wolf Face says, don't tell me if there are a cat in here. I don't hate cats.
They charge you a bottle.
I just don't like cats so
And
mean
it's
to
five
dogs. So
cents
is
per
there a
can.
cat on board 6 feet
Yeah, you
away?
can see why they don't throw bottles at someone or a can at someone because it's literally like throwing away money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's a nickel, and they'll.
But-
And some people, they just don't care. They just
Furry
they hate
_Big Dog
bikers.
Wolf Face says
Another
G.
thing in New York.
They just.
Furry_Big Dog
we have
Wolf Face says
motorcyclists.
G.
We have a lot of
Furry
motorcyclists here in New York.
_Big Dog Wolf Face
So
says
we
G.
have a share the road law for
Okay,
motorcycles.
that's enough.
Now,
Furry
if a
_Big
car-
Dog Wolf Face says
and
G.
Well, well, I'm live streaming, so I have voices in my head. Well, you know about the voices in my head.
Ah, okay.
So sometimes I have to address the voices in my head.
Yeah, you have pills for that, you know.
So, but like here in New York, the motorcyclists and bicyclists themselves, we have a lot more rights than the cars on the road.
That's
So
true.
if a car tries to run a motorcyclist off the road,
Furry_Big Dog Wolf Face says
that motorcyclist can
Brett,
legally
Brett,
top the fucking
Brett,
tires on
Brett,
the car.
No, that's not what
Brett,
it. That doesn't.
Brett,
no,
Brett,
no,
Brett,
that doesn't
Brett,
mean
I'm
that.
hungry.
Doesn't mean you can legally.
I want bread.
I've been told by the cops if I get ran off the road by a car,
Yeah,
I can pop the fucking
but
tires.
The cops you're
Legally?
talking about, no, you don't. You can't legally damage property, but you do have the right to sue the driver. You do have the right
Furry
to
underscore big dog
sue
wolf
the
face says
driver.
bread.
Furry underscore big dog with face says bread.
Might be just the corrupt ass cops in the town.
You get. We have a lot of dirty cops here too. Almost all of them are dirty, really.
Unless you live in our.
There's also like a difference between
Oh,
Europe
yeah.
and America. Is like
Furry underscore big
what was her
dog wolf
name
face
again?
says bread.
There was like a
Furry
American
underscore
pop
big
star.
dog
I
wolf
forgot
face
her
says
name.
bread.
And
Furry underscore big
I
dog
forgot
wolf
her
face
name,
says
shit.
bread.
But anyway, she was had a concert in I don't know. I think it was Alicia Keys. I don't know, somewhere. And she visited Amsterdam for like a concert that she was doing. And her next concert was in the UK, and she thought it was okay since you can legally buy weed in the Netherlands that it was okay to transport it on the plane to
Furry
the
underscore
UK.
big dog wolf
But you
face
can't
says L.
because that is
Right.
smuggling. That is like in
Furry
the
underscore
UK,
big
weed
dog
is
wolf face
illegal,
says
and if
L.
you take weed on a plane, that is called drug trafficking.
Furry underscore big dog wolf face
And she
says
was
L.
like really convinced that the police was
Furry
bad
underscore
handling
big
her,
dog
and it was
wolf
like an
face says
entire
S.
thing that blew up in the Netherlands. And it was like, no, you
Furry underscore big dog wolf
you
face
stuck
says
with that
P.
American corrupt
Furry underscore
pop
big dog
mentality.
wolf face
Trust
says
me.
Same thing
you.
with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg going into fucking to the UK,
Okay.
bringing his
I have to
weed.
put somebody in timeout
But-
on YouTube.
Queen Elizabeth literally just said, "No, he's allowed to bring that.
The
That is
Geek
his
got a
medicine."
new follower. Time for a shock.
New follower. Thanks for following.
Because they tried to ban him from the UK. They tried to ban Snoop Dogg from the UK, but Queen Elizabeth said, "No, he's allowed to bring his weed."
It's
Fuck
freaking
you.
Snoop Dogg.
It's fucking Snoop Dogg. That man spends $30,000 a month on a dude that specifically
I
rolls
know,
him blunts. He's literally got a button that summons the dude that rolls
Baker
his
underscore
blunts.
burner says,
So-
why is that Fury's talking like crap? Smiley face.
But I mean, I think we can all agree that truck trafficking on a plane is not really allowed.
No, it's not. Like, Ron White, he got fucking
Oh,
sent to
okay.
jail
I muted.
in Florida
I muted
because
Furry
he
Big Dog,
came
but it looks like
from
somebody
Texas.
banned them, or does it just say banned when I? It might just say banned when I muted them. What's up? Milwaukee says,
What's with this walkie dude saying he's gonna come in the fucking lobby and
yeah,
crash
I don't
us?
know.
Demon, did you ban him?
Not yet. We'll see if he keeps acting up. We'll ban him if he keeps acting up. I don't know. You know that okay. That's why I really like the Red Note. You know, the Chinese social app that I'm on now as well and I'm on the Russian app too. But the Chinese app, there's no
TikTok?
real haters over there. No, Red. It's called Little Red Book, or
Also, how are you on TikTok?
okay, so
You should be banned, right?
The ban was lifted
yeah,
for a
it's
little
still
while.
banned, but Trump said, "Oh, I'm not going to enforce the law," which I mentioned in all my live streams that was a possibility that Trump could decide not to enforce the law, but he's not enforcing it for 70 days or 72 days or 75 days or something. And after
He's pushing the ban.
so he's
back.
gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna come up with an agreement," and somehow assured the CEO of TikTok that it was okay for them to stay live. So TikTok kind of came back to life on the United States, but I'm still staying on the Chinese.
Literally 12 hours.
Yeah, I know. And of course, there's a ton of conspiracy theories out there going all over the place on TikTok. Like, oh, we're on meta servers now and all this bull crap. Man, I don't believe any of it. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. but we're not out, yeah, it's not out of the woods yet. Supposedly Trump's gonna make some kind of deal or something. We'll see. We could be losing the app again. I hope not, because it's more than just TikTok, because it also means CapCut. Because CapCut was down, and I use that a lot for editing, and it's also owned by ByteDance, and I didn't realize they were taking down more than TikTok with the ban, because they also took down CapCut, which is technically not a social media platform.
Lemonade.
Yeah, Lemonade went down too. And I thought that was kind of like the reason for Lemonade was that we'd have something as a backstop, but no, if they take that down too, it's kind of crazy. But the CapCut is video editing software, and they took that down. And it's like crap. I pay money for the pro version of that, and I do a lot of my editing on CapCut, just because they have features that like Adobe doesn't.
I'm looking at getting DaVinci
For
Resolve.
claiming to be the free country, you have a lot of restrictions and a lot of censorship.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, not gonna lie, I'm sorry.
Only our government claims it's a free country. The people who have to live here, well, most of the people, the more rational people that live in this country, no, we don't have freedom. There's always the flag wavers, that think we have freedom, but they're just. They just don't understand things.
I mean, the Netherlands banned one game, and that is about it. Like one game in their entire history, and that was the Postal game, and that is like infamous,
The U.S. government is also going after Tencent Games. Tencent Games makes League of Legends.
They make freaking. Well, they don't make it. They own. They own
Valorant.
Warframe.
Yeah, they own a bunch of our games, but they own.
But
part
the government
of a bunch of our
labeled
games.
them.
They own Riot
as a threat, or I don't know. It's like it's so.
A national security threat because they're working with Chinese defense.
It's just so. The United States is idiocracy. Have you seen the movie Idiocracy? That's the United States right now.
So this is the thing, though, is like they may own like part of our stuff for our games, but here's the thing: when they put a terms of service out for the United States, it has to go by United States law. So they can't request our photo IDs. They can't request any of that shit. So they don't have access to our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean. Again, I'm stating with my
and
point.
It's like, this is another thing. Is like, so I think it was the UK that did this. The UK banned TikTok on government employees.
Well, Canada did something.
that as well for the Netherlands for like politicians.
Canada did something like that too. So don't ban it for the everyday citizen. Ban it for government employees on their government-issued devices.
Well, the thing is, almost every freaking politician has a TikTok account, and they use it to further their campaigns.
But it's not even that. Like, ban it for government employees on their government-issued devices.
Well, I mean, that should.
Take it from every Tom, Dick, and Harry out here in the
That should be a
standard day.
freaking ban, right? If you have a company, if you have a corporate device, the company has control what you're going to have on it. You don't need to freaking ban it. The company that owns that device makes the decisions on what you can install on that device, right? It makes no sense.
Are you seeing this bullshit right now, though? Have you looked at eBay recently?
I don't look at eBay
so I was
anymore.
on Facebook today.
I don't look at eBay anymore.
Well, I was on Facebook earlier today. Somebody's selling a Galaxy S20 with the TikTok.
Oh yes,
app for $4,000.
I heard about that because it's still not.
People are selling iPhones on eBay with the TikTok app still on it. For $50,000
because they can't install it from the App Store. That's why.
No, they can't.
But I can still install updates. It's just not in the App Store yet. I imagine it'll be in the App Store, so everybody who buys the $4,000 iPhone...
It doesn't matter. I have app stores that...
I mean, you can always...
I have app stores that can get around that block.
Yeah, it's called side loading. You can always side load apps into your phone. But,
I don't even do that. I have other app stores.
But anyway, yeah, you know, if anybody, if there's a way to make a buck, somebody's going to take advantage of it, you know.
Yeah, I'm not. If you're stupid enough to buy a fucking phone that's got TikTok
Now, Tie
on it-
Dye, one of my fans, when it got banned, he uninstalled it. And I said, no, you shouldn't have uninstalled it, because now you can't reinstall it.
I could send him the APK file.
APK. You can slide load it with an APK file. Yeah, that's exactly right.
You don't even need to side load it with the APK file. Just put it on your phone, and then set up your unknown sources installs. And then
Trenton Pot Tiger says do a
the APK
backflip.
file and install it that way.
Furry_Big Dog Wolfface says S.
Okay.
Furry_Big
I
Dog
wonder if the people of
Wolfface says
Greenland would still have like a TikTok
Furry
account.
_Big Dog Wolf Face says you.
Okay.
Furry
That's also a
_Big
funny
Dog
thing.
Wolf Face says R.
All right, Furry Big
Furry
Dog, don't
_Big
spam
Dog
the
Wolf
chat,
Face says
please.
S.
Furry_Big Dog Wolf Face says P.
Trenton Potiger says, how old are you?
How old am I? I already said that earlier. I'm 62.
Is it on the red platform or the purple platform?
The red platform. They seem to
for some reason.
They seem to have stopped for now. But yeah, just cool it there, Furry Big Dog, or else we might have to resort to more than just muting you for 5 minutes. You know, you're welcome to be here. Just don't be a jerk, okay?
Trenton Potiger says, how long do usually go live?
Well, actually, I've been live for... How long do I usually go live? Well, usually a couple hours, at least 1 hour at the minimum. We've gone for almost 3 hours now, but we've had some really interesting conversations here, so that's why we've been, you know, going. Usually I have the stream stopped by now, but you know.
Gary Rogue Wolf Gaming Huggins says I'm in here if you want to mod me here too.
Okay.
Furry _Big Dog Wolf Face says go Maverick.
That's you?
Aggressive.
The Rogue
Yep.
Wolf Gaming? Okay.
Yeah, it's a very old email. I have to fix it. It's a very old email.
Let's see. Add as moderator. I'll just do standard moderator. Okay.
Trenton Potiger says who's the person beside you?
Well, there's two people beside me. Depends on which person you're talking about. So this is Rogue Angel.
Yeah, depends on which
This is
person you're
Rogue
talking
Angel. And this is Fleur de...
Be careful.
Fleur de Lis.
Furry _Big Dog Wolf Face says green one.
Green one? Oh. Where did Dayfam go? Is Dayfam still here? The green...
I don't know. I think Dayfam left.
Well, Dayfam was here. He was the green one. And there's nobody green here now.
Yeah, it's just this.
I'm gonna have to. Can you turn off your lighting, please? Progressive. You're giving me a fucking migraine. You're giving me a migraine.
No. I can turn off my...
I've been putting up with it because why the fuck not? I've been having to put up with it for the last 2 hours since I've been in here, but I'm asking him kindly now to please turn it off before you give me a damn
Okay, the lightning's off.
Yeah, it's like my first time here, so I was not like really making demands or like you know, like that would be rude. But still, it's sometimes in my eyes and like in my face.
No, it's okay. Just tell. Yeah, sometimes I have the lightning on. Sometimes somebody mentioned there was a flash, so I turned it on.
Trenton Potiger says, "How tall are you and the other two?"
Yeah, that was me. I was sitting there next to you, and all of a sudden I looked left, it flashed, and I went blind for 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's a glitch, because this also has, like, if I enter a world, you know, like portal into a world.
Big Dog Wolfface says, I think I found him. He looked like the black one, but tall, have a yellow mustache. Okay, now he gotta give me a weapon. Ouch.
So, when I appear, sometimes there's a flash of lightning, you know, because it's an entrance thing. Somebody's asking how tall we are. Do you mean like in real life or our avatars?
Trenton, I will never tell you how tall I am. I am sorry. Not sorry.
I'm average height. I'm average height.
Fuck off, Fleur.
I'm the average. I'm exactly the average height of a male in the United States. So.
Trenton Potiger says real life.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I will throw
That's
you
what
against
I am.
the wall.
Average height. I'm not tall, I'm not short. I'm just right.
I must say, like,
I'm just
the
gonna
Dutch are like one of the biggest
yeah, I
people
know.
in the world.
Okay, so here's a little story. When I was in the Netherlands, it was like I toured one of the breweries there. Went to the brewery, and I had to use the restroom and use the urinal, and yeah, it was like it's like somebody else was in there too, and it was almost like I had to piss up to get to the urinal, and I was like, man, they must make him tall here.
Did you have to use the kids' urinal?
Well, there was none. It was a brewery, right? You know, it was just.
Please.
And I'm average height, but I just thought it was funny.
Well, you're not average.
No,
height
no,
over
no.
here.
I'm not average height over there, but I just thought it was funny. The urinals were so dang high.
Furry underscore Big Dog Wolfface says, "Can you tell me who the black one is?"
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, it just felt like that because it was so high, you know. This is Fleur de Lis. Somebody's asking who the
doing better.
All right.
Okay, this is Flower. This is Flower.
You're right. No, you were doing good. No, you were doing good. Don't ruin it now.
Now you're going to get stabbed, Progressive.
Damn it.
Yes.
Furry underscore Big Dog Wolfface says, "Friendly, am I saying your name right, Ronaldo or Speed?"
Whose name? Ronaldo or I'm not sure whose name you're trying to say. I don't know.
Are you talking about me with the white onesie on?
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting Ronaldo from.
Because we're both black. Me and Fleur are both black.
I guess.
Furry underscore Big Dog Wolfface says, "The black furry I'm bad at name iPhone French."
Yeah, that's Fleur de Lis. That's the name.
Yeah, because we don't know because I'm the same color as him, just different mix.
Yeah, different species.
Yeah. The bunny or the burb?
No one here says everyone here has an amazing VRC Model FR.
Oh, thank you. Somebody said everybody has an amazing avatar.
I don't know. It's just one I took. Like, yeah, guess. I don't know. It's not mine.
It's just a public.
I changed the colors, though.
There's a lot of cool public avatars.
That's about it.
In fact, I have a couple of public avatars out there, too. You have to be PC to
Furry
use
underscore Big Dog Wolf Face says, hey Flower, am I saying your name right? The very a coat. Do you love a dragon or cats?
I'd love to have like my own avatar one day, but like, yeah, I don't really
Trenton
have
Potiger
VR.
says the
Can't
one
really
with
do a
glasses
dance
do a
right now
dance.
because my controllers are dead for one, and two, I don't have my full body on.
The one with the glasses do a dance? I guess that's you. Can you dance there, Rogue?
I literally just said it.
Oh,
That's what I was talking about when you were reading your chat. My controllers are dead and my full body is not on, so fuck off. I'm not doing a dance right now.
I can do a dance. I got dances. I got the dances. Just got
Furry underscore Big Dog
Yes, but you
Wolfface
got
says,
those
I'm just glad
programmed
you're
into your
going.
character.
Tell me you're done okay.
Let's see what do I got. Where did I put them? Or did I not put them back? Oh, maybe I didn't put the dances on this yet. I might not have put the... I have them on my Avali. No, because I had to rebuild this avatar, and I need to put the Phoenix wings back on, and I need to put the dances back on. So... But yeah, you know, maybe one of these days you want a custom avatar, we can fix you up. You know, we can maybe get you something.
Yeah, that won't be hard.
You just have to do. You just have to tell us what you want. A bunny. Bunny. Yeah, bunnies are cute.
I mean, it is my persona, so. This was like it was like the closest color scheme I could get to my like real persona, but it doesn't take purple; it takes only blue, so I had to take blue.
Oh, so you want purple?
Find the model and buy the model. If you find the model and buy it, send me the file.
Furry
I'll do the
underscore Big
textures
Dog
on it.
Wolfface says, hey Pharaoh, am
that's
I
cool.
saying your name right?
Or
the
the other
black
thing,
chocolate
yeah.
or
So that's
vanilla
one way
or
to
Squid
do it
Game.
if you really want it custom and private. But you can also get somebody just to make a public. That's to your specs, and then you can use that, and then you probably don't really have to buy the model then. But yeah,
The model shouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah, it depends. You
Not
know,
for bunny models. Bunny models.
a lot of people here in the United States are poor, so we we say give them that offer.
The way you said that so carefully.
Yeah, there in Amsterdam is probably not quite as much as probably more people have money over there because they don't have to pay thousands of dollars in premiums for insurance.
Trenton Potaga says, what's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite movie?
All right, I'm getting off of here before I continue getting fucking distracted and not going to sleep.
All right, good night, Rogue. Get off of here before the next person asks another question.
I have a question.
Fuck off! Where's my fucking hug, Fleur?
Furry underscore Big Dog Wolfface says, hey, what the game called when you go pink when you sneak up behind somebody you say, pink piker pink I forgot.
I don't have any idea.
My hands are turned off.
And as far as my favorite movie,
you can do a T-pose.
I can't even do a fucking
okay, what's your
T-pose.
favorite movie, Rogue, since you're still here?
I don't watch
You don't
movies.
watch movies? Okay.
No, I literally sit here and watch YouTube 24/7 every day.
Well, you watch a movie on YouTube?
No, I watch fucking.
I just
Very Still
watched.
Plays. That's all I watch. And random
I just
stupid
watched
people.
Section 31. Is it Section 31 with my wife?
The last fucking. What is the last good fucking movie that I watched? Last good movie that I actually fucking watched that I actually liked, I'm sorry, is just like any of the Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anime stuff. Yeah.
Furry underscore
At
Big
least Studio
Dog Wolf
Ghibli.
Face says, "Hey Rob."
Hey, look, it's a
Rogue,
fucking
Rogue,
day
Rogue,
for
hey,
him as soon as I'm
peekaboo.
leaving.
Well, you know, I
I'm so
tell
tired,
people
I'm about to head
my
out, like, in
my
5,
anime
10 minutes.
IQ is pretty low, so you know I don't know a whole lot about anime. Demon King is trying to smart me up. He's showing me Attack on Titan.
So I want you to try to watch a couple of movies. I want you to try to watch a couple of movies.
I already saw
because Studio
I already
Ghibli
saw
has
the
a lot of
Kiki movie thing.
Studio Ghibli. Yeah, Studio Ghibli has a lot of really good values hidden throughout their movies.
Furry underscore Big Dog
Spirited
Wolf
Away.
Face says, "Do the green furry a
Watch
green
Spirited
furry? Do
Away.
you love Squid Game or NBA basketball
Howl's
game?"
Moving Castle.
Trenton Potiger
And The
says
Boy and the
Sin
Heron.
Rouge.
Boy and the Hare. Okay, well
Watch
you have to,
them.
I will not read.
The Boy
I
and the
won't remember.
Heron. Heron. H-E-R-R-O-N.
Okay, I won't remember that. You'll have to text it to me in Discord or something.
I will send you a message
Okay.
on Discord. And I want you to watch all of the Studio Ghibli
Otherwise,
movies.
they shut down a live stream.
Ooh, Attack on Titan is also a
Yeah,
good anime.
I'm looking for something with good family values in it, because like he's
Okay, yeah. I mean,
he's old style.
I'm not old style. And what?
yeah, Attack on Titan has somewhat more
I'm
blood
watching-
in it. Yeah.
What do you guys get this idea from? You know, just because I don't.
You're a conservative
No,
bastard.
just because I don't, I try to protect my stream on TikTok and try to censor
Furry
myself.
underscore Big Dog
Doesn't
Wolf
mean
Face
I don't
says,
watch
"I
that
see
stuff
red
when I'm
hand.
not on TikTok.
I see a
kinda
pink
give me a
head,
freaking
yellow
break.
head, black head,
So
white
if
head.
you want, like,
What are you
what I'm
talking
talking about as
What
far
are
as
you
I'm talking about
talking
movies, not
Muchacha?
shows.
Okay. Yeah.
Anime movies, Studio Ghibli movies have good family values. They've got really good core
Trenton
values
Pottiger
to
says
it.
Bleach and Naruto and Sword Art
So
Online is a good
it's a cute.
anime.
They're cutesy movies,
Yeah,
but they hide really good messages
Okay.
within them.
if you say so.
And no, like I'm serious. They like Miyazaki is a fucking master at his craft. He's the guy that made all the Ghibli movies, so he's like, you got My Neighbor Totoro, you got Spirited Away, Boy and the
I started
Heron,
watching. I
Howl's
started
Moving
watching
Castle.
Beastars, but I
Furry underscore
Still
Big
have to
Dog Wolf Face
finish
says,
that.
"Girl, be quiet. You are just jealous."
That's just furry corn.
Yeah. To be fair, I
At least I
preferred
watched myself there. I was gonna say the other word, but I watched myself.
I preferred BNA over Beastars, on my personal opinion.
DNA. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah. It's also like a furry anime
Okay.
thingy.
But like, if you're looking for good,
I think it's
like,
better than.
if you're looking for good, like, actual good sit down and watch anime movies,
Trenton Pottiger
the
says
Ghibli
Rook stay
movies
up
are
all
where,
day.
where you want to go.
Okay.
They're not like our standard. They're not like anime screaming at you half the fucking episode, and then
Yeah, Rogue's gonna stay up all night. Yep, you're right.
I blame y'all.
Yeah. He was going
I'm
away
fucking
like 2
tired.
hours ago. He's saying
It's cold,
goodbye
I
for the
know.
last 2 hours.
Dude, shut up, Blair. I need more coffee. I blame Dayfam.
I think my wife already went to bed. I probably need to.
Furry underscore Big
Keep it
Dog
down
Wolf
so I don't
Face
keep her
says,
up.
"Can I buy this
Yeah, you
person?
probably
She
need to
gonna
end it
make
and
me
go to.
mad. Can nip
You
at her
probably
just
need to end
one
it and go to bed
second."
yourself before your wife gets up and beats the fuck out of you.
Oh.
Yep.
Trenton Pottiger says more coffee.
Dayfam was just over here like, what? What's going on over here? Love you too, Dayfam.
I love you. I'm just tired right now.
Go to bed.
I'm about to get off within the next 5 minutes.
Go to fucking bed.
Okay.
Furry underscore big dog wolf face says
I'm
no
the only
coffee
one who's
for
like
you. You're
really
jealous.
wide awake right now because it's like in the morning.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah,
You live
yeah.
halfway across the country, or halfway across the world.
I already had my sleep. I'm wide awake. I already had my coffee, my bacon and eggs. You know, I'm good.
Trenton Pot Tiger says, "Don't go to bed."
I wish I had bacon and eggs. Oh, I do, but I don't want to cook. Fuck.
Oh yeah, by the way, I saw the one that you haven't seen in a while.
The one what?
Fletcher.
Fletcher? Yeah, well, Fletcher invited me to his instance. He should know better than to invite me somewhere on live stream.
Furry
I don't
underscore
go in,
big dog wolf face says you go to bed big
I
man.
don't go to...
Progressive does not leave the group instance when he's live.
Here, I'm the master of my domain. I have full control. If I go to somebody else's instance, chaos can ensue, you know. So I...
Trenton Pot Tiger says everyone in there don't go to bed.
Okay. I'm fairly new to VR chat, but I can't really imagine chaos in VR chat. Right?
Okay, well, let me stop the stream.
I mean, except for like 10-year-olds screaming or something like that. But
well, okay, I'll have to
that,
stop
right?
the stream before I tell you about the chaos you can find in VR chat. Obviously, you haven't been in VR chat very long.
Furry underscore big dog wolf face says don't listen to him. Do whatever you want. She just agreed.
One group.
Do whatever
of the
you want. You're going to bed. You go
5,000
McDonald's.
Groups on fucking VR chat.
Trenton Pot Tiger says I love
You
chaos.
have the gun enthusiasts on here.
Yeah.
You have the furries. You have the gay people. You the straight people. You have all these groups, and then you have the one crazy motherfucker that will crash you at every corner.
What?
Crash me.
Oh, yeah.
He will crash your system.
Furry underscore big dog wolf face says
How
don't listen to her, listen to me. The all family except for her.
dumb for that, I guess.
Okay.
There's avatars that have just.
You should probably end
Trenton
the
Pot
stream
Tiger
before
says more
this
chaos.
gets deep.
Crash your unit.
Oh. Okay. I see.
All right.
Be gentle to my small computer. It's
Okay.
keeping up. It's not
Yeah,
ready to
I'll go
blow
ahead
up
and end
yet,
the
just
stream,
quite yet, but
and
it's,
I'll
like, sounding
explain
like
the facts of life to Flower here.
Yeah, explain.
Oh, man. Okay.
Before I have to
Yeah.
choke them.
Okay.
Trenton Pot Tiger says stay.
Wait.
Yeah. I'll be on
Your
again
buddy,
tomorrow,
you know
so
that
just
too
tune in
much.
tomorrow.
Furry
Okay?
underscore big dog wolfface says no chat, no cap. She kept the cap.
Make sure you you're follow so you get the
I'm going to
notification.
bed.
Better yet, join my Discord server. You'll get all the notifications there.
Furry
In fact-
underscore big dog wolf face says don't stay, go, 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 don't worry
So-
about us.
So yeah, so just make sure you're following, and we'll catch you next time. Good night, everybody.